Good evening, and welcome to Masterpiece Shitpiece Theater. If you would please kindly take your seats, the show will begin momentarily.
Hear me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another episode of Masterpiece Shitpiece Theater. I'm your host, Nick Brammer, and I'm happy to see you motherfuckers on another beautiful Friday.
All right, we can hear you now. You're good.
Yeah, see, I know.
Okay.
I'm getting it.
Nick's always
getting
good.
it all, baby.
It's fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah, man. I'm happy to be here. I hope the rest of our panel is. What is up? We're going to go through our intros. This week is going to be a news week. We're going to do a lot of news topics, and then hopefully towards the end we have two different discussion topics that I hope you guys will be interested in. Yo, Josh, Chuck says he loves that pic of Nikki sitting in that chair in the opening. I do too.
That was actually Lowry. I told him to look that dude up, and then he photoshopped your head on there.
Was it fucking yeah?
It was the actual host of the old Masterpiece Theater.
Because I was gonna say it kind of looks like half a little too.
That's fucking
Vinny,
beautiful.
I'm happy to see you too, brother. I hope you're feeling well. Degeneration X. I love
Indeed,
it.
baby.
Antoine.
Yeah.
Hey, Hall of Fame degeneration.
Yeah. That was the only way fucking Road Dogg was gonna get in the Hall of Fame. Him and Billy
Same
Gunn.
with China.
unless they opened a.
You mean that shake, rattle, and roll knee drop wasn't enough to get him in?
Oh Jesus!
What about the pump handle slam he used to do?
No,
I actually
I
enjoyed
was gonna
that.
say if they had a diversity wing on the Hall of Fame, him and Chuck could go in there. And then they put people in post-mortem all the time. Why isn't Katie Vick in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, good point.
No, I don't think that violated corpses can be posthumously inducted. I think because they're tainted, I guess, by
Triple H's.
by Paul's wiener.
Oh God, dude. This is without a dark.
I like that you call him Paul there.
Well,
yeah, right.
He and I just hung out earlier this week, so
I'm getting Mortal Kombat on Monday at 9 p.m. Walter, I can't wait.
What's up, Walter?
Let's go ahead and start getting through intros. I think that's French.
Entrees.
Let's go ahead and getting through intros so that we can go ahead and get into all these lovely topics. So we're going to start how we always start. Josh Fisher, why don't you tell them where you're at?
Hey, what's up, everybody? You can find me under my regular name on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter at nsabanur1976. Follow me on Twitch at nsabanur76. That's ENSABAHNUR. Just like Apocalypse in the comics. Along with every Friday night here with you cats around 9 p.m. on the Eastern Standard Time. You can catch me every Friday on the All Queued Up podcast with my buddy Greg. New episode dropped today where we talked about the new Ultraman series. On
What do you think about it, man?
All right, is it good?
Well, you know what?
Like
you know what? Just listen to what I think about it. Tomorrow, after you guys hang out with us tonight. But you can also catch me on Off the Runner. We did an episode last weekend. We actually did it on Shoki's channel because neither Chris or I were ready to host. But yeah, but it's just kind of it's like it's the horror of the build shows. I mean, it gets passed around from one guy to the next.
Did you guys ever do that episode you were going to do last weekend on Saturday? Did you go on or no?
Yeah, we did.
Dude, I'm so sorry.
I was painting that frost giant.
Yeah, I was going to try to get on, man, but I got into some shit on Saturday night, so I was like, oh, never mind, not happening.
I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know right now that I'm probably gonna dip out early from the broadcast so I can go paint some fucking figures. I've been fucking dying.
Oh my god!
Before we pass it off to Rob, speaking of balls, Rob, he and I are both participating in a build contest for charity. There's 5 days left in it. It's the Balls for Testicular Awareness and Research. That's hosted by Shoki Reviews over on his channel. I know there's several people out there that have entered. I've been working diligently on my kit and my build, but once I submit my entry, I'll be showing that off. But I might be doing a hangout tomorrow and letting people come in and hang out with me. I don't know.
What time are you going to do that, Josh?
It'd be afternoon.
All right, dude. Yeah, let me know.
I ain't going to do it in the evening because Dust's already got one planned for tomorrow night.
No, I'll be grading papers, and I need something to keep me.
I gotta go hunting for a screw. I gotta go hunting for screws tomorrow. So
I'm gonna be wiring LEDs and all kinds of shit. So
Russ, when you gonna be out the house?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. My daughter will be home. I gotta watch out for your little sky ass.
There we go. All right,
Russ. It takes him about 13 hours to get from his location to your location,
and about 13 seconds to do the deed.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, that's the thing.
I mean,
damn.
You're giving him a lot of credit, Rob. From what?
Hey, that includes foreplay with Nick.
That's right.
I mean, he's
time for cuddling.
You better get yours.
I'm gonna get mine. You better get yours.
Again, we're going down the fucking path, dude.
The problem is, Russ, he wants to get yours.
Yeah, yours.
He wants to get mine.
Yeah, you included.
Yeah.
That could be
either your wife or your daughter. He's not going to be picky.
Oh! I thought you meant you wanted to get mine. I'm like, whoa.
I mean, he'll probably take that too. He's not going to be choosy.
Hey,
Nick
a hole's a hole.
Dude, he's just trying to get closer to Russ, man.
He wants to violate me. It's gonna be sketchy.
Nick just wants to keep it in the family, or at least
be
your family.
amazing.
He said, or at least your family.
Somebody messaged me. What did I do wrong now?
Rob, you're so dirty, Rob. I swear.
Somebody gave me a friend request. Mike Boudreau. Do we know this guy?
Mike Boudreau.
Shout out to Mike Boudreau.
Probably
Mike
somebody
Boudreau.
Trying to catfish you.
Probably.
Who are you, Mike
What's
Boudreau?
up, Boudreau? I friended
Is he in
you
the
live
chat?
on air. There we go. Robert Milton Fister Hoodoo Voodoo. Who are you?
Rub and tug.
Rub and tug Milton.
Yank.
Yeah.
As of today, I'm apparently Rob from Grindr.
Yeah, we need the explanation, man. What's up with that?
I mean, no judgment from me, man. I mean, that's what.
Hey, you know what? I mean, guys need male friends,
Dude,
sometimes you need a little
Or else
space in
you
your
can
life.
go out and find some.
Hey, if you're into the Devil's Triad, nobody's gonna judge. That's you.
Not
All right, let's be realistic here. I dress like shit. I needed help. Where better to go than fashionable?
Easy.
We're learning things tonight.
Honestly, God, that was a smart move. You made a very educated decision.
And I'm still rocking my work hoodie.
Hey, Eric in the chat, he's like, Jesus, I'm judging.
Oh, okay.
Dude.
My baby's messaging
Eric,
me.
I'm your number one fan.
Yeah, man. Got to meet him in person, dude. NJCC was awesome, dude. He's like, oh, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Right,
I'll
I
meet
can
the
get-
cat later this year at TFCon.
Yeah, badass, man. Really good guy.
That's the 2019 IROC meetup.
We have too many Erics. I get confused.
There's a lot.
This is The one with the awesome last name, the Von.
Yeah, he's got like the
Oh,
Viking
yeah.
beard. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't want to throw his last name out there on there. You know.
Hey, Eric.
But it is a
what's
badass
your
name.
Social security number, dude.
Yeah.
We're getting confused. You gotta
What was
compare.
the name of your first pet and the first street you lived on?
What was the name? What was your elementary teacher, your first grade teacher's first name?
And your mother's maiden name. I might as well just throw it all in there.
Yeah.
Address.
Oh, and your phone number and home address. We'll need that too. We just want to be thorough.
All right. Rob.
We got purchases to make, pre-orders to pay off.
Rob, it's your turn to introduce yourself to the people.
I thought I already did, but Rob's Hobbies on Instagram, Rob Milton on the Facebooks, or Realm of Collectors mostly. And of course, my favorite time of the week, Friday nights right here. I love you guys.
Don't tell your wife
Love
that.
you too, dude. Yeah.
Oh, she already
I
knows.
love you too, man.
And if she doesn't, she'll watch it in the replay.
You're
That's
such a
right.
stud.
Hi, Tiffany.
You watch
How you
it?
doing, girl?
Hell no, she's got standards.
Yeah.
Tiffany,
Okay,
when,
yeah,
Tiffany, when you watch this episode, I'm saying hi. All right, Russ.
He is those painkillers have just made him like he's like a Mac Daddy. No.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but Shoki kind of took over your spot there, buddy.
What?
That sexy, smooth voice.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
man.
Shoki's
Y'all
got
gonna
that-
make me
that
feel
dude's got-
bad now.
A radio
he's
voice.
a hot rod, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shoki.
Hi,
Yeah,
Shoki.
he does have the face for radio.
Yes.
Yeah.
And damn, I didn't say that. Shoki, I didn't say that.
I did.
All right.
He knows. He knows. Don't just shout
I
away
just
on
laughed.
that shit.
Shoki. I just laughed. Don't hate me for it.
Russ.
Oh shit! It's my turn.
Can you tell
You
us
can
where you're
find
at?
Russ Your DMs. Everybody's
I
DMs.
am. Hell yeah, baby. First of all, I am.
He's already determined we're trying to keep it in your family, so.
I know, right?
I got a good price on that limo rental.
Oh, good lord, have mercy. Jeez.
Did you include the cost of cleaning it after?
Nah,
That's
dude.
horrible, dude.
What's that?
We were gonna put it on Russ. We
Limo
were gonna put it on Russ's card so he has all the incidentals.
Oh, you
You're
know how
not getting
pissed
that
off.
security deposit back.
Yeah, I'm sure. They're like, that limo's never going to be the same.
I have a question.
Yes.
You know, if a group of geese is called a gaggle of geese, and a bunch of sheep are called a flock, what would you refer to as a family of anuses and other orifices?
A weekend?
What do you call it?
A good
Rusty?
time.
Okay. I was just curious as to what your answers would be.
A good time.
I mean, there's not a serious answer to this question. I'm just fucking on.
I thought you were like legit. I thought you were being serious. You sounded really serious. That's the thing about Josh. He can sound serious and just be fucking with you the whole time.
Oh my God,
great.
Antoine just reminded me. Tomorrow's 420.
Dude, me too, man.
Yes,
I'll
it
bust
is.
that out.
Anyway,
we should do a 420 show on the Shitpiece channel.
Follow me. Follow me. Follow me on Instagram.
Talking
In other
shit.
news, the Shitpiece channel is about to get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get through this, guys. You fucking around. I'm gonna fucking get through it. Okay.
Okay, Russ.
On the Facebooks, you can find me there too, and YouTube when they let me, and also Twitters. I tweet a lot too. Not really. I just stalk.
Yeah, dude,
celebs.
Twitter is cool. It's like anything goes, man.
What's up,
Well, I
Jose?
know But I never really tweet anything unless it's pro wrestlers. I like to fuck with pro wrestlers because they'll actually answer you back. It's kind of funny.
Yo,
But,
oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, sorry.
I was
And-
just gonna say real
What?
quick. I am
Yeah.
so surprised. Like me and Tim, German Tim, giant
Yeah.
German Tim,
Tim K.
are like
Tim.
complete opposites in personality, but we have the same favorite wrestler, Kevin Nash, and he got to meet him before I did. That fucking pisses
Dude,
me
he's
off.
bigger than
And what's funny is he lives in the same. He used to live in the same city you do, but I think he moved to Arizona, didn't he?
Nah,
got
he's
big
in
ass
he's in
He's in
Daytona Beach right now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, oh dude, there. I don't know. Did I tell you guys I met Haku?
Oh, that's a
No.
cool one. Haku is badass.
Yeah, I met Haku.
Did you hit on his wife and he kick the shit out of you?
Nah, his wife wasn't there. See, Haku worked.
unfortunately.
Haku, yo, that dude would kill me. Like
He's a bad motherfucker.
Oh my
dude.
god, could we do a Haku show? Just talking about like the all different stories.
I don't know. I've not written a haiku in a long time.
Oh,
man.
dude.
I think I had to do that for English class in 10th grade, but
But anyways, yeah.
It's a haiku.
Haku, Meng.
Type of poem, yeah.
I mean, he's a old school pro wrestler.
first line has 5 syllables, second line is 7, last line has 5
All
syllables.
right.
Haiku. Yeah.
All right.
But anyways, I met him at a seafood place right by here. He works at a Nissan dealership around here. He's like the detailing manager.
No shit.
Jesus Christ.
And of course, it's the one time in the world I left my phone at home.
It's fucking
I was
glorious.
so pissed.
Like this week on Where Are They Now?
Yeah.
The famous pro wrestler Haku, now working at Nissan dealership.
Yo, but the thing is I was taller than him, but you guys have met me. I'm a pretty thick dude. Like from back to front, he was probably 2 of me.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, he's a big. He's a thick dude.
Dude,
Yeah,
The hell
Like-
was he a sumo?
Yes, he was.
I think he was. I think
Yeah.
he did. I don't,
Oh, okay.
he was a. He's a.
Yeah,
he's
but
probably
he
a big
wasn't.
guy.
He wasn't like a fat ass or anything. He was just a
No.
big, thick, muscular guy.
Oh, dude, I
Well,
don't
a lot
fuck with
of
them
those-
sumo guys. Those sumo guys are insanely too.
Well, dude, not only is he a sumo, he's Samoan.
Yeah,
Oh, what?
it's a lot of the Samoan guys, like Rikishi. I mean, he was a really.
Oh
he's
shit!
a
What's
really
up,
big dude,
Chuck?
and he's
Glad to see you here again.
athletic as shit too, you know. So
Glad we
Um,
didn't scare you off, Chuck, with our fucking talk of
hey,
Last Jedi
what's up,
last week.
Dust?
And what's up,
Dust
Dust?
just popped in. What's up, big man? Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I met Haku at the Sea Market down here and didn't have my phone on me, so
Du-
I shook his
Dust-
hand.
I don't believe you.
I shook his hand, and it was like
He said, "I'll
he
believe
was
you."
he was so gentle, but at the same time there was like there was an electricity there that it just felt like if this dude wanted to rip my arm off, he could. It would no
Hey, Nick,
problem
what do you mean
whatsoever.
when you say an electricity there?
Dude, when you
He
touch,
said there
when
was
you
a
touch him-
spark.
yeah, dude, there was a spark. All right, it was a spark of me about to shit my pants because like it's that feeling of tension.
Josh.
It's that feeling of
Maybe.
tension when you know
One
somebody's
time,
trying.
man. One time.
It's that feeling of tension when you know that somebody's trying not to grab you like as hard as they could. It's just that tenseness, dude.
Like a I
coiled
can-
spring,
yeah.
dude. It felt like if he wanted to, he could just grab my fucking hand and rip my arm off.
Oh my God.
It was insane.
What you're saying is, if he wanted to, he could reach down your throat and jerk your urethra out of your fucking nostrils.
Yeah, dude. It
Yo.
was insane. Not many people like intimidate me, but that dude was just like it's just like confidence and just like that's a dude.
Yeah, good
Yo,
thing is,
by the way, Jose is in the chat. By the way, hello, Jose.
I
Jose
said
and
hi
Dust
to
are
him.
Jose and Dust are slumming tonight. What's up,
Yeah,
man?
Yeah.
Hanging out with us. Nice, dude.
Dust is waiting to see when we get demonetized.
Yeah, right.
I think we already did.
Send you a
Probably.
message. Nick, you did it again.
Have we ever gotten through the intros without getting demonetized?
I don't know.
Probably, I think we maybe
Dude,
have
we're
to
only
show
3
one.
into the intros right now.
Yeah, I know, right? Who's next,
Yeah.
Sam?
And we're a
Yeah.
half hour into the show.
Sam, where you at, man?
Samuel. Sweet Samuel.
He's talking to his wife, apparently.
yes, she does. I'm Insta_Sam89 on Instagram, and then Sam Mead in the groups, and then here every Friday night.
And you're all pixelated faced. Are you
Yeah.
in witness protection, Sam?
Dang, really? I am, dude. This isn't
Sam,
the
it's
real
okay.
me.
Tell your wife you're an internet. You're like an internet phenomenon. Tell her you're talking to your people.
Something like a phenomenon.
Yeah. See, see, look at him.
Was
Tell her.
that Will
Tell her.
Smith? Who was that?
Talking to my people. What's up?
She said,
I'm the hype king, bitches. I'm the hype king.
Fucking Sam, you need to start wearing a clock. You're our Flavor Flav.
Let's see, see?
No.
Hey baby, how you doing? What's up, Sam's girl?
What's up, Sam's girl? Fucking
Damn, Nick's
What's up,
sliding up
Jackie?
in all
How
the
you been?
DMs.
Nick is so crazy, dude.
Look at
Yo,
he's
what's
starting-
up,
Hey.
girl?
Don't worry about Sam. I'm talking to you, sweetheart.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
All right. Since Sam is muted, I'm Masterpiece Shitpiece, Nick Brammer. I'm the host of the show. I love each and every single one of y'all. And you can find me on Facebook at Nick Brammer, Twitter at Brammer_Nick, and Instagram at Masterpiece_Shitpiece.
All right, you gotta get through the promos.
Oh shit, they're fighting, man.
Oh
Dude,
God.
Sam's
You
about
alright,
to throw
brother?
the bitch fist down. He's like, whack! Pay attention. I
Yeah.
listen to you.
Hey,
And
look.
you listen to me.
Look,
Sam, you want
I'm
me to talk
addressing
her
my
down for you,
fans.
bud?
No, definitely not. No.
Tell us,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
they all.
It's okay, Jackie.
Sam, are you about to put the Buzzweiser smack down?
No
man,
domestic
oh,
violence on the channel.
No,
Indeed.
domestic
got
violence. I'll
standards.
highlight the video. We might get some views. And Jose, the reason why
Holy
you
shit.
see anybody's avatar but mine is because of the software that we use in the way that we have to do Hangouts right now. We're working on fixing it. It's not a big deal. I don't mind
Just be-
not being
Hey,
seen.
hey, Jose. That's fucking Swindle, okay? Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I kind of like not being seen. It kind of like frees me.
Plus, you
know what
don't
I'm
have
saying?
any pants on or anything.
Yo, I could fucking broadcast in a tank top now.
No.
Fuck yeah.
No,
Hashtag word
no.
God. He's gonna wave it all
We
over
still-
the place.
we still got to see it. Jesus.
I don't
Yeah.
care about you fucks. I just care about my adoring public.
Nick will stand up and it'll just look like a basket.
And now the truth comes out.
I just
We're
care
just
about
a
my
bunch of fucks.
adoring
Yeah.
Yep, see?
Oh, God.
You're just the means to an end, Josh. I'm looking to become internet famous, baby.
Internet sensation Nick
All
Brown.
right, all right. Speaking of, I have to mention this before we go any
Uh-oh.
further. Last night, JD sent me a message. He's like, "You need to watch this." He and Chan had found this documentary called Finders Keepers. It's available on
I told
Amazon
you about
Prime.
that shit.
Well, I watched it this morning.
He didn't take your
Because-
word for it, Nick. Dude, hey, what do you guys think about that, man? Nick puts Josh onto some shit, and Josh is like, no.
Yes.
I know, but
I honestly,
checked out.
I'd forgotten
checked
about
out.
it.
Oh, yeah.
I'd forgotten that Nick had mentioned it to me a while back. But yeah,
Let me-
it was.
Well, let's be real. They're like an old married couple. Oh, you should check this
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Oh, fuck you. 2 weeks later, dude, did you see this shit? I told you about that. Shut up.
Well, JD and Chan, they recommended it to me, and they said you're gonna laugh your ass off this. And I watched this shit,
Without
and I was like laughing my ass off 7 minutes into it. The premise is there's this guy. He's a lower leg amputee. He lost his left leg from just below his knee down, and instead of, just being a normal fucking human being, he wanted to keep the leg.
damn, dude.
And he decided to try to preserve it. So he put it in a smoker and got some formaldehyde from a friend of his and was trying to baste the shit like a roast, as his brother-in-law put it. Just out in a fucking in a basket up in a tree for 6 months, and then he put it in a grill in a smoker, and it got put into a storage shed because he had drug addiction problems and shit, and then he wouldn't pay his fucking bills, and his shit got auctioned off in one of those storage locker auctions. Well, this other guy who ends up buying it, same fucking town, he buys it, and he there's the 911 call. He calls the police. Hello, yeah. I found me a human foot in my grill. It's pretty gross. I picked it up, and a bunch of cholesterol was just dripping out of it.
Oh my god.
And the thing is, he won't give the leg back to the guy.
He wants to keep it. He's like, finders keepers. This is going to make me rich and famous. He's charging people, adults, $3 to look at it, and kids $1 to look at it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can make $42 a month on this leg.
Oh.
And fucking dude, he's like, I'm gonna be famous. And Everybody tells me I'm the best businessman they know, and you guys probably already figured out I'm pretty smart. I know you've seen that, and I'm just sitting here thinking, oh my
You said,
god,
was this a documentary?
It's a documentary. It's a real shit.
Then, so what county in Florida did this take place?
No, it was North Carolina.
This took place right outside of Hickory, North Carolina.
Oh,
Oh.
Jesus Christ! Why am I not surprised?
Yeah,
So,
but it's called Finders Keepers. It's on Amazon Prime. Everybody
That is
needs to go and watch that shit
fucking
because
gross. Okay.
it's fucking insane.
Oh, it's
he
just
didn't want to
hideous.
give
So,
the
hey,
dude his
just
leg
throwing out
back.
that, I might check it out if someone else recommends it to me.
Oh,
I was
fuck
shocked
all
right
y'all.
up until you guys said Hickory, North Carolina, and then it all made sense.
They were like, oh yeah, that's right.
Dude,
Mhm.
just thinking about that shit, I watched that shit stoned, and I was just dying the entire time. Holy fuck!
Oh,
Because
God.
it's just like, come on, man, give the guy his leg back. You know?
And he's like, well, it's his by birth, but I paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it was. He's like, it's mine.
I mean, isn't there some kind of law against carrying around, keeping like body parts? I mean,
Not in North Carolina,
No,
apparently.
Yeah.
that's fucking hideous.
guess
dude.
not.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, y'all know how we pick on Josh about how hillbilly his town is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the city compared to Hickory.
Well, no, that's
Josh,
pretty
you-
much how most of the people around here are anyway.
Oh, that. But I mean,
You're like the exception to the rule, huh?
Okay,
Yeah,
Hickory is your town's dumb cousin. I'm telling you.
I mean, I've been to Hickory. I know where Hickory is. A couple of my buddies moved down there after we
Why?
got out of high school. Because they went to
We're
work.
getting out of this workforce
They
town.
went to work at a place down there because it paid
Oh, my
well,
God.
and they transplanted out of this shitty little town and moved down there. right out
and
of high
apparently
school.
you can get a limb cut off and keep it. It's gross. Oh God.
Fucking awesome.
No,
That is-
they show
Strangely-
it. By the way, they show it.
Yeah.
Strangely, I want to watch this now. This is
Dude,
terrible.
it's a good
I got-
documentary.
I'm
It
curious.
really is.
It's a
like-
gnarly looking mummified foot.
Oh,
It's just interesting to see like what people will go to keep weird shit.
oh.
But
It's nuts.
when Nick's talking about his adoring public and he wants to be internet famous, it reminded me of that dude because
Oh,
he was thinking, no, not in that way. You know, it was just the way he was talking on that fucking documentary. He's like, yeah, I'm all about show business. He's like, I can make all them people. He went on some show about haggling or whatever. I can't remember what it was called, but he would make up T-shirts and call himself the Foot Man.
yeah.
Even
Wait, man.
even got FT Smoker on his fucking tag.
Oh,
The Foot
Yeah.
Smoker, and
This dude was a business-minded man. It sounds
Yeah,
like.
dude.
No,
Yo, Chuck says,
he
please
thought
change
he
the
was a
subject so I can
business-minded
eat.
man. He was dumber than a box full of cat
yeah,
shit.
I don't think he's very creative at all.
Nah. All
The
right.
foot man. All right, sorry. Go
He's the guy that calls Budweiser champagne.
Yeah.
ahead. Shit.
Oh man, but yeah, it's fucking nuts. Everybody needs to watch that shit.
Yeah, it's really good.
But
So,
yeah.
we're going to start with the DC Universe app.
Wait, Nick.
Oh,
We
shit.
don't know who you are yet.
I
Yeah,
already
who are
said-
you,
I
man?
Yeah,
already
we
said-
already went through that. Yeah,
We
because
already
remember
went
he
through that.
mentioned his adoring public and he wants to be internet famous, and we're
Yeah.
just
Oh,
we're just means to an end. That's
Yeah.
fuck.
He said we're just means to an end.
Hey. Yo, as the
I got
Rock-
lost in conversation.
As The Rock says, know your role.
Oh.
All right, let's go ahead and start with the DC Universe app. There's an article out there saying that if there's any positive feelings towards DC right now, and there does seem to be some, and it seems to be a growing phenomenon, that is due to the programming on the DC Universe app, and besides just programming, they have comics on there and all sorts of shit. So, how do you guys feel?
Wait, so they're saying that the only reason that there's positive feedback is because of the app?
Basically,
Yeah,
they're saying. Well, they're
they're-
saying that it's the pillar of their of the resurgence of positive feelings towards DC. They said Aquaman helped, but they were actually looking for Aquaman to do better than it did, even though it did very well.
Wow, that's surprising.
Hey, speaking of Aquaman, yesterday I felt a great disturbance in the force. It was as if 20 million vaginas suddenly dried up because Jason Momoa shaved off his goddamn beard.
And he's still a sexy
Bummer,
bitch.
man.
But
You
anyway,
just love
It's
that
the scar,
fucking joke.
chick. It's the scar. It's the scar, dude. Chicks dig scars.
Yeah.
He ripped
But,
that
yeah,
shit on
basic-
last night too. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I know he did it.
you didn't know that, but it was a good one.
Yeah, it was good. I gotta
See,
go.
stop trying your material out during the fucking planning sessions.
Ah,
There
Dude,
you go.
Nick, you should
It came to my mind. I'm sorry.
next
Okay.
week every joke Josh makes on the pre-show hangout, we should like make it when we go live on
Yeah,
Friday.
that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fucking steal his fucking material.
Yeah.
I know
It'll be-
Josh
it'll
gonna
be
What,
like-
you think I don't have other shit to pull out of my ass?
He's gonna be shuffling through. his
No,
notes.
I know you have shit to pull out of your ass.
There
We're
you
gonna-
go. And that
we're-
was
we're
the
gonna
setup
fucking-
for you.
We're gonna fucking Carlos Mencia your ass.
I know it was.
But anyways, do any of you guys have the DC Universe app?
I do. I
No,
paid
Me
for it.
too.
I think I'm gonna get it because I think they've got a lot of stuff on there I'm interested in now. So
I watch Young Justice and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
watch
really?
anything else on it.
well,
Because I mean, they have the
That's
Batman.
why I got
Batman the animated series is on there.
yeah,
Justice
don't they have
League.
Batman Beyond on there too, right? No,
And it's like
yeah.
if I ever get like the itch to watch one of those, I will. You know,
Yeah.
but like
The
it is
Christopher
hard,
Reeve
like
Superman movies.
yeah, like why I pursue that app, it was for Young Justice, and that's all. I watched
so
on
did you watch Teen Titans?
the live action one?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
I just wasn't interested based on what I saw in the previews and stuff.
It was Starfire, wasn't it? I don't blame you. I just
No, no, it was a lot.
God damn it.
I disapprove. I disapprove immensely. Go
I
ahead.
think no, it was Hawk and Dove, dude. I just don't like those characters.
Yeah,
Like for real.
Are they in it throughout the whole series, or are they just only in it
I
for
don't know.
a couple episodes?
I think one episode's too much.
Oh, so funny. It's like Silver Surfer.
Yeah. No, but I think that's really good. Nick, I think the positivity for DC, I think it all goes to the movies. I think that's like the what most people are exposed to. I think Aquaman, I watched it and I expected it to be so bad. So I don't know if Aquaman was good or if I expected it to be terrible and I was like pleasantly surprised. But I enjoyed the shit out of it, man. And then I hear
Well, here's a little known fact. Aquaman's a badass.
Okay, this version of Aquaman is a badass.
Well, when
Aquaman in the
Aquaman
past,
is
not a
Aquaman
badass.
because he wasn't done properly in the past.
yeah.
So
Once they
basically
got
you're
into
saying-
the 90s,
Okay.
they
They had to
started changing him into
they
an
had
awesome.
He was such a shitty character, they had to reinvent him. Yes, you're right. Absolutely. Once they reinvented him, he was great. But
Exactly. And
old
he-
Batman, when we were little kids and we watched the Super Friends, that Aquaman, I used to wish somebody would kill him. I hated him. I couldn't stand him.
Yeah, but every character goes through a renaissance, and like Chuck mentioned
True.
in the chat, Aquaman with a hook hand. That shit Peter David did back in the early '90s was pretty damn good.
Mhm.
That was when he
That's
first
cool.
started improving.
Yeah.
know?
So in the Justice League episodes he was in, he was dope.
Dude, he had always had a fucking pretty dark history, though. It's just
Yeah.
people didn't think about it because they're just like, treat him as a joke character because he talks to fish and rides seahorses.
And then he was in Grant Morrison's JLA, and he was dope in that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's been a long history of people trying to make Aquaman relevant and more popular, and I mean, it's the movie and him being in Justice League and all that is just like the topper for it. You know, he's one of the few characters DC has done well in film. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the Aquaman movie yet, but I haven't heard one person say it was bad. I'm serious. I haven't really heard one negative.
I've heard people say it's bad, for different reasons, but to me it sounds like Venom, where it's just like a popcorn flick.
That's what it is to me. And it's like there's some weird parts in Aquaman, like direct, like I think it's editing wise, like where it's like there's just like two characters staring at each other for like a second or two too long without saying anything, and it's just like weird. It's like
Sam's like awkward.
I'm like,
How are you, Ocean Master?
yeah. Well, it's like there's the
I'm
one
good,
scene in the
Aqua.
park where like he's talking to his dad. He's like, "How can you still drink me under a table?" And then I've watched this movie like 200 times because my kids love it. But his dad's like, "That's my superpower," and then like they just stare at each other for like 10 solid seconds, and none of them says a word. And then it like cuts to the next scene. Like there's just like little stuff like that.
And then they
But
kiss.
hold on, maybe it was for effect.
and then
And then they kiss.
Oh God. God, that's a lot of problems there. Anyway.
But hey, man, I'm glad anytime DC could get some shine because besides the Nolan films, there's not anything besides like what they're writing in comics that you can say is just like a clear win. You know?
Yes, I don't know. I think it's all opinion though too.
Yeah, it is. But you know, anything that brings DC up is good.
Yeah.
Well, like that's my thing. Like, if DC's good, we all win. If Marvel's good, we all win. Because I want these things to have a positive effect. You know, it's good for all of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good point.
But yeah, fucking Young Justice has been dope.
Yeah,
That's another one I want to get that for because I saw all the other seasons of it, and now I feel like I need to see this season. You know, because it's like
and it's like
cap it off. You know,
like so anti TV shows just because of the time commitment. But like I make time to watch that show.
Yeah. Just thinking real quick, Josh, you're a huge Aquaman fan, and Chuck in the chat mentioned the new Mezco Aquaman. Are you interested?
Nope.
No?
It looks like shit.
You
Dude,
don't
I
like
agree,
it?
man.
Oh wow!
I don't-
thought it looked really good.
No, it doesn't.
Onesie pajamas, man.
I hate. Yes, exactly. I'm sorry.
Well,
I hate soft goods on a 6-inch figure. The only exception I'll make is if it looks more realistic.
Dude, if it's
That Hellboy. The Hellboy.
I guess I don't know.
it looks good.
I hate those fucking onesies jumpers on those things. They look fucking terrible.
I don't know. The Old Man Logan they did looks
Wait.
fucking amazing.
Dude, hey, those are clothes. Dude, here's the difference.
Yeah.
Regular clothes, pants, shirt,
Right?
looks good.
Okay.
Superhero suits, goofy. They look like pajamas.
I don't know. I've got
He's not wrong at all.
Josh are on the
Dude,
same.
I really don't know. I think this looks dope. I really
the
do.
ones-
I think it looks like a dope fucking made it.
You really
great.
like you don't like the fucking trident and like
I think that shit. I think like the
I'm
head.
not gonna pay $80 for a figure just for a fucking trident.
but like this is
So is it
the
really
I
best-
can make one.
This is the best fucking Aquaman figure I've ever seen.
So, is it
How
really
many have
about
you
the figure?
seen?
A lot, man. I've seen the fucking Jesus Christ, the DC Universe Classics, the Capullo fucking
That's a good one.
designer one that I have, and this blows that out of the water, man.
I got that one too.
I mean,
Well, I mean, they're all out of the
looks-
water because you shouldn't submerge your toys in water long term, even if they are king of the sea.
Like,
Josh, is
man,
it-
I really did not expect that from you. I thought you'd be all over this.
Do you hate on it because is it just the price of it that you don't think it's worth?
No, I hate the fucking aesthetic. I hate those
Oh, you
fucking
just-
goofy
so you- okay,
pajama
so-
clothes.
So it's more you
Looks
just don't like the
terrible.
way. Okay, that makes
Something,
sense.
something that on a figure that scale, something that's wearing like a natural outfit. Like I said,
Clothes,
that
pants.
that blade, that Popeye. They're actually wearing clothes that are fit. They're not form fitted. They're hiding joints. They're natural looking. But all that spandex looking rubbery shit that they squeeze these things into looks god awful, and I fucking hate it.
Oh, God.
If I wanted a figure that looked goofy like that, I'd get a classic fucking Mego Aquaman in his fucking onesie and
Dude,
beat my
hey,
Cappy.
Hey, to
I
me,
don't know, man.
Mezcos
This
don't
is-
look much better, man.
This shit looks really good to me. I'm really just surprised, like you being an Aquaman fan and not liking it.
Dude, I'm a Stranger Things fan, but I hate those fucking shitty McFarlane figures of them.
That's true too, but
They look great, but you know what? They're not worth the fucking paper, the toilet paper you'd wipe your ass with.
So you don't like the designer series Capullo one either?
Oh, I love that one.
Seen it, dude.
I love that one.
Oh man,
I own that one. That one's
I do
good.
too.
Okay, I'm looking at that Aquaman right now, and I don't like his clothing looks more like armor, dude. It looks badass.
Yeah, it's like scale mail.
Yeah, I don't. That doesn't look like pajama jammy jams to me. That looks pretty badass.
Are you talking about the movie one, Josh?
No, I'm talking about the classic blonde, green gold Aquaman.
Oh, I'm looking at the movie one.
Russ is tripping.
Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. My bad.
No,
I didn't know that. I thought that's what you were talking about.
I'm not the biggest Aquaman fan, but
Right.
I'm just wondering. And Chuck in the chat says he likes it, but I'm wondering because there are some diehard Aquaman fans.
I do not like this, man. I'm looking at a picture now, and it's like it looks even worse than how I remembered it.
Yeah,
but it's like I said, I'm just not a fan of like the super with Mezco when they came out with like the first one they did was that Dark Knight Batman. I thought that they were going to be like kind of like pick and choose which figures they did complete soft goods and which ones they didn't. But they didn't.
This doesn't look like it has soft goods.
What the fuck are you? You're high. You're goddamn high.
I'm always high,
Sorry,
but it still doesn't look like it has soft goods.
I'm looking at the right one now. Okay, you're talking about the classic looking one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Nick, I'm sorry. That looks like shit. I wouldn't get that either. I don't like it. I don't like
you
that.
guys
one.
talk about me being fucking high. This thing looks dope.
I think part of it is I don't care for Aquaman's classic.
Fuck. Chuck says he totally has soft goods.
I love the classic Aquaman look.
I don't.
And I love the modern Aquaman look. I hate the look of that figure.
What do you guys
think? Man, it looks awful.
Yeah, this figure looks like some garbage, dude. But
all y'all, I like it.
But I'm probably, but I'm biased too anyway because I just hate Aquaman's. I don't like that old school look.
Waterman.
Like this is the Aquaman that I wanted to get crushed by a whale.
Dude, how's he gonna wear them soft goods in the ocean, dude? His clothes will be wet all the time.
Neoprene, man. It's a fucking diver suit.
It looks like it's made out of neoprene.
It's made out of fish scales, so it dries off real quick.
And look, he's got the crown. Hey, Josh, he has a crown and stuff that you can put on his head. That's kind of cool.
Ooh.
I got a Grimlock crown I can put on my own head, but you don't see me doing it.
And he does every night.
Yeah.
Actually, I put it on my stump.
That was a
That was a penis joke, Rob.
That was a penis joke. Yes.
No.
I like penis jokes. Good job. Anyway.
I don't know.
You're a penis joke.
I like everything I bought.
I try.
I like everything I bought from Mezco so far.
No, they make a good product. I'm
not saying their product's bad. I'm just saying I hate the fucking look of it.
No, I'm sure
that the quality of the figure is outstanding. Yeah. I'm just saying the way the soft goods look on it is a huge fucking turnoff for me. I'm sure it's fine in hand, but I don't give a shit how it feels in hand if I can't stand to fucking look at it.
No, I
buy it.
Yeah, I don't like that Aquaman either. But like I said, I'm for different reasons than you, obviously, Josh. I think Aquaman looks like a dork anyway back in those days.
It's a good thing they gave him a harpoon for a hand so he could fucking put it right through a douchebag skull that talks shit about him.
Dude, Russ, I think it's funny when people say the word dork. I think that's funny, man. Like when people say it in a mean way. Like I always laugh. Like a fucking dork.
So somebody on this panel has been watching Flash and likes it. Who is it?
Nobody wants to admit to it.
I've not watched it since the end of the second season. So
I'm behind on it, but
I am too.
I gotta catch up. With that new announcement, I gotta go back and catch up because Godspeed.
Yeah, I gotta start watching and getting caught up.
So basically, I buried the lead there, but on the Flash TV show, BD Wong is going to play Godspeed.
Yeah.
I'm confused. So, like, I've seen clips online of it. Did the season start already, or is that just like?
Dude, I don't know. I don't pay
Because I
any
don't
attention to
watch
anything
it.
on the
I don't
CW
know.
except for Supernatural. Anybody?
Crick.
What's
You
Supernatural?
guys wanted to fucking talk about this shit.
I was
I
just
have
watching.
nothing about Supernatural, so
I watched some clips of like
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Were those
The-
clips? Is the season started already, or
there's
is
like
it,
there's like
Come on.
clips of Satan and God having a conversation. Oh, that's bad.
we talking about Supernatural? You talking
No,
about,
I'm talking about fucking.
Y'all got me lost.
I'm talking about Flash. Like,
Oh, I thought you were talking about Supernatural. That's what
No.
I thought dude, don't confuse me. Stop. Too easy. Go ahead.
no, all I said was I don't watch any of the CWDC shit. I was just saying that the only thing on CW I watch is Supernatural.
Oh, you do watch Supernatural?
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
Supernatural?
Yeah, it's a good show.
It's a
Coming
show that's
up
been
on
around for a
its
long
last
goddamn
season,
time.
15 years.
It's got an
Oh,
insane.
I was
plot
busy.
too.
they got a
Yeah.
Scooby Doo crossover. Josh has been busy for the last 15 years, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Chicks will dig them, dude.
yeah. Jose
Yeah.
said Godspeed was in the Nora flashbacks. Is that I'm behind on the show, but after that announcement, I gotta catch up because that's one of the few
Yeah.
things
Yeah,
in
hey.
comics I've been
So
keeping
from
up with.
what Jose says is he did the voice.
Rob, what's
That's cool.
What's this character? Godspeed. He's like an all white Flash. I've seen pictures. I don't know anything about the character though.
Mild spoiler: he is able to separate speedsters from the speed force. He's
Okay.
also able to absorb a speedster's power,
Oh, that's cool.
usually resulting in their death.
Wow. So he
He's a
like takes not just their power, but like he takes like their life force out, kind of sucks them out.
Yeah,
Are they doing anything with the Still Force in the Flash show?
What's the still force?
The opposite of the Speed Force.
So like when I sit down,
It'd be like the Flash is the exemplar, like if you're talking about the Speed Force, you think of the Flash. With the Still Force, you think of Turtle.
oh, that's me, man.
I know, right? I thought
On
you.
my days off.
there's been some little spatterings of that shit, but it's been like usually via some kind of device obtained by some villain of the day they're fighting.
Yeah, Jose says no.
Thank
Anyways,
God,
see-
because honestly, that sounds lame. Sorry, I'm sorry
Yeah.
to say. It's
No, the
lame.
Still Force. It's actually kind of cool because if
How's
somebody
it cool?
because if somebody is with the Still Force,
They stand still like a statue.
no, they make the Flash not be able to do a goddamn thing.
How? Like, how could the Flash be affected by someone standing still?
No,
Dude,
they
for
affect the
years,
speed
how
of the
could the
people around
fucking-
them.
You
I
mean
was
so they
gonna
cause
say,
other? Are you saying they cause everyone else around them to stay still? Like,
Yeah,
Right.
like,
well, not
he's
stand
able-
still. They move incredibly slow.
Yeah,
There was an episode where he dealt with that, where when this guy would put out this effect, everybody else, normal speed people, would appear to be not moving at all. But Barry comes in and he's moving at about the speed of a normal person. The
So
problem
technically
is the guy is unaffected, so
it's not. It wouldn't be the. So I guess for Barry, it wouldn't be the still force. It'd be like the slow moving force.
right.
Okay. All
It
right.
reduces him to like Brammer
Sorry.
speed.
The Brammer speed. I don't know. I've seen Brammer move. He kind of floats, and it's interesting. But whatever.
and he can disappear
And he
he
can
can
disappear.
disappear.
God damn. Yeah.
and reemerge very quickly.
Yeah. It's like, where'd he come from? Shit.
Yeah,
So-
like Jose said, the episode with Turtle, he'd slow down time around him.
I really got to get caught up on Flash.
I'm not
Dude.
bothering.
I think
Me
that was from
neither.
like 2 or 3. But I'm behind on it, but now I have to catch up because I got to see the backstory that they built up before Godspeed gets there.
Something else that you guys said you were excited about.
You guys better talk about
I love how you're pinning all this lineup on us.
it.
Well, the Flash TV and the Halo TV series definitely is all on
Yes.
you guys.
I'm all about anything involving Master Chief. So
Yeah. Hey,
I've never even played Halo.
It was the guy who directed District 9, and he his name's Neil Blomkamp. He did like a Halo short movie. This is probably like going on 10 years ago. That shit was fucking awesome. It was
it was. That was based on ODST.
Mm-hmm. Like
so it wasn't actually. It was the
dirty stinky tits.
I'm gonna smack you.
Oh, okay.
Orbital drop shock
troopers. Yeah, but that one was awesome. And so I'm excited. I think Halo's just I play the games and I like them fine, but I just think it's a really cool story.
Yeah, it is. It's an amazing story.
So I'll be watching this. I'll get a Showtime subscription.
You're basically blasting aliens, right?
I just wanted to say
there's a lot of depth to it, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
I just want to say that tonight Josh is brought to us by the Migraine Force.
What?
Yeah, exactly. What?
There he is.
Josh is brought to us by the He Needs a Snickers Force.
I don't have a migraine.
Yeah, I'll be watching.
I had a mild headache, but it's gone now.
Fuck your Aquaman and your fucking Master Chief too.
I'm not a fan of Halo. Never played it, so.
Dude, I played Halo 2. I was the laser sword king. I love that shit.
It's called lightsaber. Thank you.
Halo got me playing
fucking Halo
and stuff.
Halo actually has one serious expanded universe too. There's a lot of lore to that series.
Oh shit, who is this? Oh, it's my dog.
Yeah.
Sorry. He scared me.
Hey, that was Anna sneaking into Nick's room.
She right. Nah, she's right here. I know.
He just needs to be able to reach back and put one hand on her just to know.
Yeah, sure. There she is.
I love you too, buddy.
We love you too, man.
Anna's gonna wake up one night and be like, Russ, why am I handcuffed to the bed?
Like, no, she's gonna wake up one night and smother you in your sleep.
Probably. No, she hasn't done it yet, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, Russ is always like, "Hey, Anna, why do you keep a tack hammer in your nightstand drawer?" Look at this fucking dog, man.
Yeah, dude, he's awesome.
That dog thinks he's a lap dog. He's like, I'm a lap dog.
He is a lap dog.
He is a lap dog. He's only like
don't give a shit. He's like, I'm up here.
Yeah, he's only about 22 pounds. He's good.
He's like, I'm a lap dog.
Like how much my son weighs.
Yeah.
He thinks he's a lap kid.
So,
I'm sure.
So, Rob, you're the person that was most excited about the Halo TV series. Like, is there anything that like you want to see or any casting that you'd prefer?
Oh man, I cannot. I want to see him deep dive into I doubt they're going to do this, but I want to see him build on the lore up to how John becomes Master Chief.
Dude,
that's one thing we don't have a lot of.
Who do you want to see play Cortana?
Oh fuck, Felicia Day.
Let me Google that real quick.
From the Guild,
the chick from
redhead
the Guild. She's been on Supernatural.
Yeah.
What's her?
Oh, watch her shit on Super. I've seen some of the clips from her on Supernatural. She's got a presence, man.
Name? I can't even remember.
Because Cortana.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Who is Cortana?
She's got to have like the right voice. You know what I mean?
What is she?
Felicia Day does. Cortana is Master Chief's AI.
Yeah, she's like this, like a hologram type thing, pretty much.
All right, I got you. Okay, so
but there's a whole
she's like
bunch
Iron
of shit
Man
that goes
Friday.
down with her.
Yeah, exactly, Josh.
Yeah,
but
Except it's a trick.
Here's the thing with the AIs, and this is why Sam is right. They have to be done right. The AIs are built from real people. Basically, they take the essence of a real person and create these AI. And the biggest problem with it, they're unstable. So eventually, they start to break down and basically go a little batshit. So Cortana is damn near entirely responsible for a serious event in the Halo series.
Yeah, I just remember being in middle school and being like, man, Cortana's hot.
Yeah, no shit, right?
No, but that's cool. Like I said, if they get the voice right, then I think That girl will be good.
I'd also like to see him dive into get in with the Rooster Teeth guys and pull in some of the writing that they did with towards the end of Red versus Blue. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that series.
Red versus Blue is nuts.
It's funny as shit till the end.
Oh, really?
Like season 7, 8-ish on, it goes fucking deep.
Wow.
Like it goes insanely. I mean, it turns into a movie, and it's a good one.
And see, like one of the cool things is the Arbiter. He is voiced by Keith David. So like, that's another thing that they could pull out is if they go with that and have the Arbiter. Like Keith David's an awesome voice act.
The Arbiter was like a really cool character too.
Yeah,
and that dude could still do the voice if the Arbiter is like all CGI, which I'm guessing he would be.
He'd have to be.
Yeah, just because like the way his body is.
You guys are gonna think I'm an I knew nothing about Halo, really.
We already think you're an asshole.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
know. I am an asshole. But I don't know shit about Halo. So like, who's like, okay, is Master Chief his like rank?
Master Chief is his code name.
His code name. Okay. All right. I just it sounded like a rank to me. That's why.
His actual name is John 717 or something like that. I can't remember the number off the hand. But
that's my old fucking area code.
So like in the world of in Halo, I guess the whole scenario in the world is that these guys are selected to
they're actually
the world from aliens. I mean,
they're biologically engineered.
Oh,
part of the Master Chief program,
like made in the lab, pretty much like a super soldier.
Oh, dude is correcting you. Charles says that it's John 117.
Oh, it's John 117. Okay,
yeah, it's 117.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you, Charles, for correcting Rob.
We appreciate it.
He was telling us his address. He lives on 117 John Street.
I don't why, but Olivia Wilde is Cortana and Carl Urban is Master Chief from Irvine.
I'd like Olivia Wilde as Cortana, man. That'd be cool. Because I think
Carl Urban would work good for Master Chief too.
I want to see Olivia Wilde in a remake of Lolita.
I'm just waiting for her to get desperate and start doing
porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Basically.
I'd pay for it too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he said I'd pay for it too. So Sam only watches Freeborn. I see Sam.
Dude, if you pay for that, you're a fool, man.
Yo, I loved House MD until like the 5th or 6th season, and then Olivia Wilde came on, and that gave me a reason to watch again.
The problem with Olivia Wilde is she's gonna be too old for it. Cortana is a very young character.
Like,
what about Allison Mack?
Huh?
Ooh.
She's gonna be in jail.
Prison stuff.
Yo, she can do that shit. She can do it over the phone.
Yeah, it's like a hologram.
Oh my god. Anyway, so Halo it's gonna be a TV show. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
Thanks for wrapping everything up, Russ.
Steer this back onto the right course here.
Sometimes Russ will keep us on track.
Well, I'm usually when it derails us, so I gotta try.
So
every once in a while.
Oh
so
god.
After that, I think we could definitely say that Halo's gonna be a TV show.
Yeah,
definitely a TV show.
All right.
Where's Halo going to? Is it a Hulu thing or what?
Showtime.
Showtime. Okay.
So
hey Sam, I had another thought for Master Chief too.
What's that?
Chris Vance.
Let me.
Who's that?
Get back on Google.
You look up his face and you'll know it. I know him the most from the Transporter.
Here's my next question about this TV show: Is this going to be live action or animated?
Live action.
It's
okay.
That's badass. I like when he do live action stuff with video games.
I love live action.
Just
Me
don't
too.
let Huey Bowl touch it.
There's a lot of live action in the Tampa area.
I bet there is. With your ass.
Wait a minute. What about Mila Kunis as fucking Cortana?
Ooh.
Yo. Could she be like semi-nude hologrammy Mila Kunis?
Would you get? Yeah. So does Cortana appear as like a project? You can like see her and everything. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not bad. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. I was
Mila
like, Mila
Kunis.
Kunis, you gotta like let that hot little piece of ass.
Yeah, dude, she's hot as fuck in those fucking Jim Beam commercials too.
Dude, she is. That's right there. You're absolutely right.
Max Payne flicks, man. That
Jesus
version
Christ.
of Mila Kunis.
The what?
The Max Payne movies.
Oh, I didn't see those.
They
Shit.
made more
Yeah,
than
you
one of
know.
those.
Yeah, she did this terrible movie called Jupiter Ascending.
But did she
And-
look good in it?
She looked fantastic. The
Hey,
movie
There
was
you
trash,
go.
but she was worth watching.
Here, guys. This is Cortana. This is what she pulls up when you. This is what you see.
Oh, look at that! Look at
Look
she's
at that.
very
You could
busted.
go Mia Jovovich.
Yeah, that would work out too.
Yeah,
Thing is,
that's
Mila
cool.
Kunis would have the she'd have the personality for it too.
Yeah.
But she's not
Listen,
the
guys,
tits for it.
Rob,
now. I
he
mean,
just
well,
chose his words carefully. He said she'll have the
Personality.
no. Wait, all
Oh no!
Rob,
Oh,
you're
she's
right.
fucking smoking.
She sees
They-
him kind
they
of
would
like
have to-
smart ass Cortana is. You know what I mean?
They would have to.
Wise ass.
They'd have to
Mervine
fix her,
says
make
he
her
would
busty.
like if they started. He would love it if they started with the Halo Reach story arc.
I'd love that too.
Mm.
Halo Reach is badass.
Yeah.
That's
See,
not
all I know about Halo is I used to like run around killing people with the sword.
I
Replay it and follow the story, and it's fucking deep.
Word.
It's kind of shocking because I did the same thing when I
You know
first
what, Rob?
played Halo.
I'm gonna go buy. I'm gonna go out and buy an fucking Xbox just to play that fucking game. And if I'm pissed off about the fucking story sucking,
Dude,
I'm gonna go get your
I'm
ass.
gonna use my Xbox 360. Start at the beginning.
I could never
Dude, just
buy
grab an Xbox One, get the Master Chief Collection. You'll love me
Ugh.
later.
An
Just
Xbox.
skip Halo 5. I will warn you of that. 1, 2, and 3 for the story. ODST for the story. And 4.
Old dirty
And-
stinky tits.
I would feel so dirty if I brought an Xbox to my house. Oh my god, it would violate. Ugh, it'd violate the sanctity of my
Love
house.
all systems because video games are
No,
great everywhere.
except love all systems except Xbox. We're good.
Yeah. See, like my thing is like maybe the next generation I'll go with the Xbox, but to me, I feel like I'm punishing them for the 360 and the 4 of them I went through.
Yeah, you're punishing them
Shitting
because
on
they
'em.
didn't get. You're punishing them because they didn't get $1,200 of your fucking money at all, did they?
That's right.
This asshole.
You show them, Nick. Don't buy 5. Stay at 4.
Yeah.
That's
Kick them over.
damn right.
Well,
Dude,
they
we-
wouldn't. They didn't
we
see
did
any of
that-
mine because I bought fucking refurbished ones from fucking GameStop.
Oh, there's your
There's your
first mistake
problem.
right there. You bought refurb. Never buy refurb anything,
And
That's
then
ever.
not true.
Hey, Nick just sat around.
especially electronics.
and Nick just smoked meth and spilled bang all over these Xboxes and gets mad at it working.
Right. They should be able to take a beating. The big fucking.
He spilled his
Oh,
test
yeah,
and smoked
thing.
his bang.
Oh god, this is funny,
You guys are funny.
So
dude.
I'm gonna
And then he
move us.
built a house out of the empty cans.
It's time for me to move us along.
Yes. What we got?
Dark Phoenix
move, baby.
is on track for
Okay.
the lowest X-Men movie opening of all time.
Dude, yeah, Russ, what do you got to say about this, man?
I'm okay. Look, I was trying to be optimistic
You're
about this movie.
optimistic, bro.
Okay, I was trying to be, and then I watched the trailer. And
Hey,
I
did
was
they
like,
come out a new one or something? A new trailer?
no, I think it was one that's been out already, and I just was like, I watched it, and I don't know why, but it just felt kind of like the movie feels like I don't know how to explain it. Everything feels so forced in the trailer. Like I'm watching the trailer, and every scene they showed, it looked like it was like painfully forced.
Do you guys remember
It's
in
weird.
X-Men
I don't know.
Apocalypse where Magneto like switched from being a bad guy to like being a good guy, and then he shot those two beams down, and they went like this, boom, boom, and made an X?
Yes, I do. I thought it was epic at the time, and then I was like,
Oh, dude, I was in the theater and
Like-
I went like this.
See, like the only thing about this at all is it like there's some parts with Fassbender where he's acting his ass off. Like you can
What?
see
Yeah,
it, you
he's
can see
great,
it in the
dude.
you can see it in the trailer.
Wasted. I feel bad for all of this, man. It's wasted.
Yeah, it's
I wish they just would have waited and picked him and McAvoy up later, like after Disney bought
yeah,
him.
because like even like McAvoy is like in the trailers like oh man, it's just him and fucking Fassbender are so good. And then you get Sophie Turner, and she's just like, the worst.
See, I like Sophie Turner. Okay, see, that's the problem.
See, I do too.
think-
I like her on Game of Thrones, Russ, but for fucking,
see, that's go ahead. Say what you're gonna say, because I think I agree with you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, like, is fucking Sansa Stark and like
Yep.
that character arc through Game of Thrones wonderful.
Yeah.
Her as Jean Grey is just like
Yeah.
is like Kristen Stewart level bad.
That's kind of my problem with it. I feel like it was a casting mistake. I feel like they casted her because she's famous, because she's popular from Game of Thrones now, and they wanted to try to capitalize on that.
Because she's a redhead too, man.
Well, true, but she is, but you can make anyone a redhead. That's ridiculous. But I think it's because they were trying to capitalize on Game of Thrones fame by putting her in it, but it was a bad casting job. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like she's not good for that role. I just don't think it's her. It's not her acting.
It's here's spoiler alert. None of those roles are written very fucking well outside of Xavier and Magneto, and even those have serious writing flaws.
And you know what, Josh, that's a good point. I would agree with that too. I don't even know if you want to blame the actor either, Nick. It could be that it's just a really badly written character. I mean, that's
but at the same time, like Sophie Turner's character on Game of Thrones hasn't gotten interesting until like the last 2 seasons either.
Well, that's because she was just a spoiled little bitch.
Yeah, and that's how she's acting in fucking X-Men. Like she's like this ice queen. It doesn't work for Jean Grey.
Now she's a lot more ruthless and badass. So
yeah,
I know what you mean.
It doesn't work for Jean Grey. She does not work for Jean Grey, in my opinion.
No, I don't think she does. And that's why I can't. I think it was a bad casting decision. But then Josh made a good point. Either is that the writing in those movies is the writing has never been strong in any of the X-Men movies. You know that.
No, and the characterizations have almost always been wrong.
So the character, and that's true too. So I think it's hard to say.
I don't know about that. Like if you want to
outside of a handful, most
want
characters that they did in those movies are terrible.
If you want to talk about fucking characterizations, I think that Magneto and to a point Xavier have been spot on. Magneto,
and I said, for the most part, I said a minute ago, where were you? For the most part,
I know, but
they're the only ones that were done decently enough.
Yeah, and of course, Jackman is Wolverine. He's good.
Yeah, he's the best one in my opinion. He did the best.
Nah, man, I in all honesty, out of all the X-Men casting, I think Ian McKellen as Magneto is the best.
Dude, I loved him as Magneto.
He was good. He was good,
dude,
but
the thing that made the first X-Men movie work was that first fucking like outbit of Magneto at the concentration camp.
Yeah, dude. So like Ian McKellen, the only gripe I have with him is like an aesthetic thing, because like in the comics, like Magneto's always like this big buff dude, and Ian McKellen's not. But even without that, dude, I thought he was great as Magneto, man.
Yeah, I think he's the best casting out of any of the X-Men movies. Yeah.
I thought Patrick Stewart was pretty good too.
Patrick Stewart was basically playing Picard in a wheelchair.
So he was playing Professor Xavier.
Yeah, dude, Nick, you took the words out of my mouth. I said he basically just like plays himself.
Yeah,
that's too fucking funny, dude.
Like he doesn't have like from when I enjoy Xavier is when he has that edge to him. Like when Morrison wrote him and Claremont in his later years, showing that he wasn't like, this paragon of virtue. I like the flawed Xavier.
You guys never saw the cutscenes? I think Nick, I don't know how you knew that. You know, when he accidentally calls Cyclops number 1. Yeah. He's like, number 1, go to the Blackbird.
And that's another thing, man.
Gotcha.
Just to piggyback on this shit, I know we have a new Cyclops actor, but a former Cyclops actor is trying to fucking finagle his way into being Cyclops again.
James Marsden?
Yeah, James Marsden has been saying,
dude, he had the look.
Yeah.
But they just wrote his character so fucking wrong. But I thought he nailed the look.
I do
Yeah.
too. Like he was decent, and like
Of course, it's not hard to pull that look off.
It's
Well-
just a
well, the
white
thing-
dude with
well, the thing-
brown hair.
White
the-
preppy looking dude
Yeah.
with a visor.
Well, the thing, Josh, is that I personally think that James Marsden had like that earnestness that people like in Cyclops.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like
I agree.
He had that, and like the couple that they've cast since have just been like background players, and they can't figure out what the fuck to do with them.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was like I said, I was trying to have some hope for this movie but now I'm nervous. I'm worried that it's going to be I'm scared it's going to be such a dud that like I'm hoping it doesn't ruin X-Men for everybody. You know, I'm hoping people will.
Dude, that's already happened.
Well, listen, Josh. They're going to be making new X-Men movies down the road, and I'm hoping people will come back and try and check those out.
Some little dude
I
said.
hope.
I know
Same with Fantastic Four too.
Yeah, we talked about it last week with them
Yeah.
saying it's going to be a long time. I think they want to give it time to kind of
To let it heal.
fade
Maybe.
out
Yeah.
and then start fresh instead
Yeah,
of
maybe the
just
fan
they're
base
gonna-
needs to heal a little bit.
Yeah, look, they're gonna start
we all experience some trauma.
Yeah, they're gonna start casting this year.
Yeah,
That's evident.
Here's something.
They're gonna start casting this year for Fantastic Four and X-Men, because
Well, yeah, I mean that doesn't mean they're. I mean they
right,
can cast,
so
but they might not make.
right, and that's why they
years.
say that there's gonna be a hiatus. But
Yeah.
at the same time, Feige said that they're gonna start rolling on the X-Men later this year.
Well, yeah, that's like they say hiatus, but then
It's
like
the same
what
thing
they
with-
really mean is like just the time it takes to make a movie.
And that's the
Right.
exact same thing with fucking Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they're saying that it's going to take a hiatus, but this is just the
Yeah, they're like, there's gonna be a
production.
there's gonna be a hiatus while we make this next movie.
Yeah.
That's like not much of a hiatus, guys. We kind of knew that, you know.
Yeah.
Well, just
I
by
think-
hiatus, they just mean yearly release. There's not going to be a
Yeah.
yearly release. That's all they
See,
mean.
I thought that when they said hiatus, I thought they were going to wait like about 3 or 4 years before they even started
Nah,
casting.
dude, they've already
So
said they're
I
going to
was-
start working on the movies this
Like,
year.
And
Then
with,
again,
like, contract stuff going on now.
Yeah.
And,
They did pay a lot of money to get this shit, so you know Disney's like, yo, we got to start recouping. Let's go.
Well, and we know
Yeah.
they're going to be putting stuff on the streaming service too,
Yeah.
like
Disney-
Mandalorian and shit.
like they don't just sit on that money.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's time to
They
get
get
going. They got to
started ahead
recoup.
of time and
Yeah. No, you're right.
They-
That's a good
they
point.
already And they already announced that Dazzler and Tigra cartoon on Disney Plus.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
That's
I
when
mean,
we'll see that roll out because I think like once things get moving, they'll have an X-Men animated series, which there hasn't been since like 2008. That Wolverine and the X-Men ones. That's a long
that
time.
one was good too.
Yeah, it was.
That's like underrated. Like
So
people,
to me, there hasn't been a bad X-Men animated show. Like the original one was awesome. X-Men
Evolution was even
that
good.
was really good.
I didn't like Evolution, but I did
I
like.
loved it, man.
I did like Wolverine and the X-Men. I thought that was dope, and the amount of different characters that they like went ahead right away and started throwing in there, I thought was great.
The only one I ever actually watched was the original animated series, and that one was
Yeah.
dope as shit.
Yeah, that was good.
So yeah, Dark Phoenix on track for the weakest opening.
It's just insane to me too, dude. It really is because it's like, I don't know, man. I really had some high hopes for it, and then I'm like, but maybe I was stupid.
But why?
Well, I think I did because I think they got a young cast, a younger cast. I thought they were gonna kind of try to move the older cast out, and I thought it was gonna be I don't know. I was trying to be optimistic, Josh. That's all. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to be optimistic about it. And I think
That's the thing
hard.
I find myself feeling too. Russ.
It's okay to have hope. Rebellions
tried.
are built on hope. But
Touche, my
Right.
friend. Touche.
bad movies are bad movies.
Yeah, I guess so.
See,
I guess we're gonna.
I'm kind of in the same boat as you, Russ. Like I want it to be good.
That's it. I want it to be good. Exactly.
I want to have
Yes.
a good experience. And
Yes.
If there wasn't the Disney Fox deal, I'd be with you guys. Like I want it to be good, but now that that this is it, like I'm just like I don't even fucking care. Like I
this
literally
doesn't
Exactly.
matter. Exactly.
It'll be
You
the
know,
first X-Men movie I haven't seen in theaters.
Yeah.
I'm such a fan of, and I'm sure all of us are. I mean, who's not a fan of the X-Men? They're great, right? And you're like, okay, and they got so much potential for amazing movies, and I feel like we just haven't gotten that incredible movie yet. We haven't gotten that. We should have had already.
Like it's like with Transformers, like they haven't dipped into the source material.
Yeah,
they tried to just take the characters kind of like by name.
I tell you what, I like Days of Future Past a lot. I really like the way they did that.
Oh yeah,
they changed some stuff up, but I didn't mind it. I liked it still, but that's probably the only one I can truly say that I felt like when I really, really felt like good about,
See, to me, I don't think you can beat the original 2 X-Men movies. Like from what they've done so far.
Well,
I mean, I don't think anything that they've done from X-Men 3 on through to.
You don't think Days of Future Past was better than those first 2 X-Men movies?
No, dude. Those 2 X-Men movies have a lot of fucking atmosphere in them.
No, they were great. They were good. I'm not dogging them. They were good for what they were, I guess, but I just feel like Days of Future Past was amazing, dude. They did a good job.
So you think Days of Future Past is a better movie than X-Men 1 or X-Men 2?
I think it's better than X-Men 1.
It's tough because I liked both of those too, so it's really hard for me to say. I really like Days of Future Past. I don't like I liked all 3. How about that? They were okay, but I just think Days of Future Past was the movie that came the closest though to delivering on a really good story arc. That like a good comic book story arc that I remember reading, and I enjoyed it. And that's the one that I felt like the movie did a good job of doing that. Just the rest of them, I felt like they were kind of, the dark. I mean, the first and second movie where I feel like were basically setups for Dark Phoenix, and that third movie sucked. I hated it. God,
I don't feel that way at all. I think X-Men 1 and X-Men 2 stand on their own.
I don't know. I still think they were setting up Dark Phoenix, dude.
That first X-Men movie, like when Sabretooth comes out of the snow and shit, it's
that was cool. But that's introducing Wolverine. I get that. That's and it was I know what you're saying. But
and then
look at
like Anna Paquin when she don't touch me and all that shit. Like those little moments made X-Men 1. I think X-Men 1 gets dogged out a lot, but they're like,
she was a terrible rogue. I'm sorry.
Depends on what rogue you're reading. It really does, because I mean,
I'm just talking about her portrayal. I couldn't stand her as the character.
That's what I'm saying, though. Okay, I can understand that if you don't like her at all in that portrayal, but I'm just saying that like her portrayal is based on like the ultimate rogue and more of that extreme X-Men rogue.
Even like the MCU's, a lot of it's based on the Ultimate Universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like a lot of that stuff. So
yeah, and see, like you talking about the Ultimate Universe, like the moment for me that made Captain America the First Avenger was the end, where like they copied Ultimates 1 from like panel by panel. That shit. That's when I liked Captain America the First Avenger.
I love the Ultimate Universe, man.
Yeah.
I was like sad to see it go, but I like understand it because
they're bringing it back again, supposedly.
Like the point of it was to like start all these heroes fresh, to like where it like wasn't so convoluted. But then like 10 years later, like there's no choice to, or like that's just what it just became what it was trying to circumvent, I guess. But
I
like a lot of those different interpretations, man.
Well, here's hoping. Maybe we'll be surprised.
Yeah. So one of us on this panel at least went and saw Hellboy.
I did.
Josh, why don't you go ahead and take care of this while I excuse myself?
Man, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did. I had high hopes for it from the very moment I heard that they were doing a reboot. Everybody, of course, there was the outrage. Oh, Del Toro's not getting to finish his trilogy, but I was fine with that because I didn't like the second Hellboy movie. I liked the first one.
The second one wasn't you were telling us that was like an all new story like for the movie. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it wasn't based on anything in the comics. Whereas the original was loosely based on Seed of Destruction.
Yeah. Kind of, right? Because I like just
yeah. I mean, there was a little bit of it that was, and there was also another story that it pulled from too. So it was a little more faithful than the second one.
You're actually one of the few people that I've heard say that say you really enjoyed it, and it seems like I've been hearing a lot of negative shit about this movie.
Dude, I mean,
wow,
it's not flawless by any means.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit here and say that it is.
Okay.
It does struggle with some editing and pacing issues.
Okay.
But that's more from an editing perspective. And there was also reports have surfaced in the past few days of infighting between the director and the two main producers. The producers wanted to go differently than what the director and Mike Mignola and the head screenwriter wanted. So Mike Mignola had actual input on it. So these producers were trying to throw their fucking weight around and get what they wanted. And the final result has kind of suffered. Critics lambasting it like a week before it's even released, saying, "Oh, this is the worst comic book movie ever." You know, unnecessary levels of violence and vulgarity. I'm sorry, you ever read a fucking Hellboy comic? They're fucking great.
Man,
This felt like I was watching a Hellboy comic.
Well, what do you say to people like Charles that say Ron Perlman is my Hellboy? You know, is it possible that a lot of people are hating on this movie because
it is absolutely 100% why people are hating on it, because it's not Ron Perlman. I'm sorry, David Harbour's a better fucking Hellboy. Suck my asshole if you disagree. That's my opinion. I loved the first Hellboy movie. I own the first Hellboy movie. I watched it this week. I enjoy it, but it is too lighthearted. It is not dark enough. And Ron Perlman was fine, but he had his time. David Harbour is a better Hellboy. He was amazing in this. He's got the character down. You know, the thing that people don't realize about Hellboy, it's kind of similar to Lion-O and the Thundercats. Even though he's like 60 years old in human years, he's got the maturity of a 20-year-old because he ages slower. So he's a smartass, he's a wise ass, and you know he's lewd, he's crude, but yeah, he's a badass. And man, I really, really, really enjoyed this movie a whole lot. And you know, I'll defend it and say it's better than the other two entries till I'm blue in the face. And
Josh,
you know,
let me ask you: do you think a part of like people detracting from this is that like they're so used to like a certain type of comic book movie? If they think like if it doesn't fit in that mold, that we'll say that. Like, what do you think about?
Oh, I'm sure that's also a contributing factor. You know, people are used to the MCU. People are used to DC stuff, and then of course the older Del Toro entries. This is a vast departure from any of that.
It's like maybe like they see like it's a comic book movie. Like I can take the family, you know. But I mean, it was rated R.
Yeah, it was rated R, and Hellboy works better as an R-rated film than it does a PG-13 film.
Yeah, I would agree with
Hands
you.
down.
I mean, I mean, I wasn't a huge fan, but I did read some Hellboy comics when I was younger, and I do remember from what I remember of the comic books. Yeah, I think you're right. It's almost like trying to make Deadpool PG-13. It wouldn't work.
No,
neither way. And I think Hellboy works better with letting him.
That freedom.
Get the rating. Yeah, to have that freedom to be a little expletives. Yes, you know, it's gonna be dirty. You know, now and then have the little dirty thing to say. You know, something like that. I don't know.
You know, it's not like he's just running around going fuck shit cock balls.
No.
My dick,
that's not what I mean. Yeah,
This was. I mean, this was R-rated for the level of violence and gore.
Well, that too.
Yeah,
that's too.
Like what
that's the main thing.
Get more from Hellboy is like just the violence and stuff, not as much the language, but
right. But it's nice to have that that freedom being rated R for Hellboy to use an occasional drop an occasional fuck bomb, you know.
yeah, and he did.
I'm sure he did. Yeah, he should have, because that's what Hellboy would do.
I mean, this script, you know, where it does suffer, like I said, editing and pacing issues. I think they tried to jam too much storyline into a 2-hour time frame because they pulled from 3 different storylines in the comics.
Okay.
Now, that
Okay.
doesn't make it a bad movie. It's just you
Eh.
got to think you're going to have to play close attention to the exposition when it's there, because there is a lot of exposition. You do get everything answered for you, but when the action kicks in, they crank it up to fucking 15. They are really going at it.
I see what you're saying. That doesn't necessarily make it a bad movie, but because of what you just told me, I can probably see why people think it's a bad movie, though. If it's suffering from those issues, there are some people that will hold that against it hardcore.
Well, people are holding the CG against it. It had a budget of $50 million.
Yeah, that's another thing. The budget
CG is not fucking cheap.
No, it's not. And $50 million. Think about $50 million. They had to cover a lot of stuff. They probably had very little money for CG.
And they used a lot of they of course, Hellboy's outfit. They're using practical effects. They're using practical effects where they can, but there is a lot of CG, and we're relying that heavily on CG. And you don't have a budget. It should have had, if it had double the budget and they could have done more rendering, the CG would have looked better. But I tell you what, it doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look any worse than the Lord of the Rings CG did back in 2002. Have you watched that shit lately? That shit don't hold up compared to today's standards.
As a fan of Game of Thrones, I'm here to tell you that they've had a lot of years to work on CG, and those guys still don't get CG right. And they probably got a bigger fucking budget than that movie did.
Fuck yeah, they do.
And they still don't get CG right. The dragons at times do not.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So CG is a tough thing. It's tough. It's tough to get sometimes.
Exactly. And when you're working against deadlines and a reduced budget, is
sure,
it going to be as good as it could be? Of course not.
Probably
but
not.
Does it make it a bad movie or take away from it? No, not at all.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a fun storyline.
I'll check it out at some point. I know I will. I'll watch it because I'll come across it at some point and I'll go, oh fuck, Hellboy, let's watch this.
Dude, it's legitimately a lot of fucking fun. I enjoyed it. Misty enjoyed it. We had a great time.
That's good, dude.
And then after we watched it, Misty's sister and her husband watched our daughter. And then when we got out of the movie, they had 35 minutes to get to the movie and check out a screening of it. And we watched their two kids while they went and watched the movie.
Cool. Y'all play musical kids. I like it.
Yeah. We did that. We had to do that for the Deadpool movies too. Well, the first one, because the second one came out the day I got my leg amputated. So, there's that.
Well, wait a minute. How old is your daughter now, Josh?
She'll be 12 in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, okay.
Damn,
I can see. I guess I can see where she might be a little young for movies like that. But
well, we also just like to have some alone time when we can. It's not often that she and I get to go to the movies together by ourselves.
No, that's a good point, dude.
And my sister-in-law lives. Yeah, my sister-in-law lives 10 minutes from the movie theater.
Hey, so, you got to take advantage of that shit when you can, brother. Let me tell you.
Exactly, and her and don't get to ever go to the movies by themselves. So it's like, hey, we'll watch your kids, you watch our kid, and they're like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
I remember
what we did.
One of the cool things about having two grown kids is I could just tell me and I could just tell, yo, we're leaving later.
Yeah, you only have to worry about creeps like Brammer showing up trying to take your daughter to prom.
I know. I just tell them,
what's up, baby? I got our limo here for you.
I tell them, keep the door locked and don't let no creepy fuckers in.
Especially if they look like this man.
Yeah, really, right?
Yeah, Russ has got wanted posters up of me in his house.
Damn right. All over.
More like unwanted posters.
Unwanted, yeah.
Shoot on sight.
Oh, shoot on sight. Jesus Christ. Not that far. I mean,
all right, cool. So I got a chance.
Yeah.
At least verify his identity first.
Oh, good. All right. You got Hellboy out of your system, man? You all right?
No, I want to go see it again.
Do you really? You want to go see it?
Yes, I do. I want to.
See, you really liked it then. That's good. Oh, yeah.
No, I fucking loved it.
You loved it.
I loved it. Okay. I think it is superior to the Del Toro version. I actually love this movie. I loved the casting in this movie.
Okay.
I love Ian McShane. I love David Harbour. I had a lot of fun in this movie. It was a lot of fun.
I mean,
If I were to apply a number to it, like I said, it's not a flawless movie by any means,
Yeah.
but if I had to apply a number to it,
mhm.
out of 1 to 10, I'd give it a solid 8.
that's pretty high. That's
That's
pretty
worth
good.
going to see in the theater.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
totally worth going and seeing in the theater,
Like,
especially if you got one with a good sound system, because it takes advantage of a good sound system. The audio is pretty decent,
That's
but
good.
and you said
you know.
you said in the chat that you like the David Harbour version better than the Ron Perlman version, right?
Absolutely, I think he did a masterful job at portraying the character.
Cool.
Yeah, go see Hellboy. Form your own opinions, but don't listen to the critics. Here's the thing. My whole thing is, if you're interested in a movie,
Yeah.
and then a critic says, "Oh, don't go see this because it's a waste of your fucking time and money," don't let them speak for you. Form your own opinions. Go see it. Judge it on its own merit by your preferences alone. I can recommend it all day long. You're not going to agree with me or disagree with me until you can see it and judge it for yourself. And then you might say, you know what? For the most part, he's right. Or no, he's talking out of his fucking ass. And that's for you to decide then. Don't let these critics tell you what to fucking watch.
You make a very good point, Josh. But the problem is there's a lot of people out there that listen to critics and they
get that precognitive bias.
Yes.
And then they're like, well, I knew it was going to be bad. I didn't think it was going to be good. And the critic said it sucks, so it sucks. No, it fucking doesn't.
Look, I went and saw the Alien, the Predator movie, the last Predator movie that was just made, and I loved it. And that movie got raked across the coals by a lot of people, and I was like, "Fuck all y'all!" It was great.
Dude,
I'm also a fan of Predator. I'm a Predator fan. So
we're fans of the Aliens franchise here, Misty and I.
Right. So
and we loved Prometheus and we loved Covenant. A lot of people didn't.
You know what? I loved Prometheus as well. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't seen Alien Covenant yet. I want to. I'm going to see it at some point.
Dude, Covenant's really good.
Yeah.
If you like Prometheus, you'll really enjoy Covenant.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved it. I love Covenant. It was
so. But I'm the same as you. I heard a lot of people was dogging it, and I told Jason I wanted to go see it, and Jason was like, "Well, fuck it, let's go see it." And I was like, "Damn, let's do this," And we met up. We met up with Max and Amber, and we all went to see it. It was like cool, I really had a good time, and and it was. I loved the fucking movie, and I didn't give a fuck what people said. And I'm looking forward to NECA doing that big fucking Predator.
Yeah, they got that quarter scale shit coming out.
Well, what's funny is in the movie he's a big motherfucker, right? So they're
that quarter scale is like 22 inches tall.
He's gonna be a big bitch, and it's gonna be fun, man. I don't know.
That's a huge bitch.
Yeah.
I like me a huge bitch.
Shout out to Deuce Bigelow.
Indeed.
All right, we're gonna move on now.
Yep.
All right.
Xbox
Proceed.
One is coming out with a discless system. What do you guys feel about this?
You said what list?
Discless.
Discless.
A dickless system. That's right, Sam.
Well, all systems are dickless, hopefully.
I think this stems a lot.
Not PlayStation. They got a swinging dick, okay?
I'll listen to Russ, dude. He would say.
Oh, all right. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about, goddamn fanboys. I think this has a lot to do with their move towards unifying. Unifying the PC platform, because that's the way direction they've been going with the Xbox,
right.
Is merging it closer with Windows, and it is actually powered by a version of Windows. But here's where I have an issue with diskless systems, especially consoles. What happens if one of these companies goes under? Like, think about all these games people have in their Steam library. Valve goes under tomorrow.
Perfect example. You can't get the Activision Transformers games anymore, and people love those.
Nope.
But you can't download them anymore. If you don't own the disc versions, you're out of luck.
So if the company goes under, like that game just gone?
That's not entirely true, because I've got them digitally on Xbox.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you deleted them, though, you wouldn't be able to re-download them, can you?
Yeah, you can. They're still there. You can't buy them anymore.
But you can
that was
re-download it. You just can't make a new purchase of them.
So
Right.
there's like a finite number of copies available. Is what you're
basically if you've purchased it with your account, they still have it on their servers available. That was a license thing. They pulled the license from High Moon Studios.
Okay.
So High Moon Studios can no longer sell the game. But you can if you've already purchased it, you can download it. But what I'm talking about is more like we've had issues where companies have gone under in the past and their servers have shut down, and now the games are useless. Well, what happens if one of these? I mean, Microsoft been around for a long time, but
aren't you screwed anyway with it? Even if you have a disc for a game like that, if it's an online game and the server goes down, you're done.
For an online game, yeah, but think about all these single player games now. This is everything.
But then who cares about a server for a single player game? That's all that content is supposed to be on the disc.
That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is you go discless, and let's say for some reason, like Microsoft sunsets the Xbox 360, and you can no longer download games to it. Let's say they do that, like, because they're eventually going to do that with the One. They're going to quit supporting it on their servers. Now you've got this entire huge back catalog of games that you can no longer download.
Well,
you can play as long as the system's active.
It would suck if you paid for that shit already and you can't
exactly. Now, if your titles could transfer from like PS3, PS4 to PS5, and Xbox 360 to Xbox One to Xbox, what the fuck ever's next. If your digital content could transfer, that would be great. It wouldn't be an issue.
Now,
the problem is a lot of it, unless the system supports backward compatibility, and even then, it's not going to be an all the time case, because some of these games, they're designed for a completely different engine, completely different operating system, and they're not going to work the same way, and they would have to be reverse engineered just to work on the next platform, and the return on investment wouldn't be worth to redo some of these games for that. So it's a big risk.
Well, I know Microsoft's moving in the right direction with that, with their backwards compatibility. The problem is that relies a lot on the publishers, like you were saying, to add that feature.
Yep.
And while they're doing a lot with the first party shit, all these third party games might not follow suit.
Yeah, because it's going to cost a lot more money for them to do so. And usually a third party game, an indie title, they're not going to have it in their budget to do so.
Right.
More.
But also, who this hurts more than anything? GameStop.
Yeah, what are you going to go buy there?
Well, GameStop needs to diversify anyway.
But you can buy downloads of games on GameStop.
Yeah, but if you're going to do that,
that's the thing.
Yeah, but then,
they're getting ready to stop that. At least Sony is.
Yeah.
Where you can't buy digital codes for games anymore. You can buy a Sony PlayStation store card for a certain amount. Like get a $50 card and then like a $20 card and load it to your wallet and then buy a game online. But they're no longer letting GameStop or Walmart or Target or any of the other mass retailers sell digital codes to games. And I'm sure Microsoft will probably end up following suit.
Right.
The same way.
But what if Microsoft doesn't? What if they don't follow suit and they see that people want digital media?
The problem is most of the people that are buying the digital media aren't buying codes. They're just going to jump on their account and go, "Oh, I want this game." Click, done.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
by eliminating the codes, they're cutting out the middleman.
Right, but with a diskless system, that's what you're going to be doing anyway.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, with a diskless system, retailers aren't going to have anything to sell.
Okay.
They can sell like PlayStation, PSN store cards and Xbox Live store cards, but they wouldn't be able to sell actual digital codes or digital games themselves. You can get a card to put in to give your wallet the money, but retailers, they're not going to have the physical copies and they're not going to be able to sell the digital copies. So
yeah, the other thing they're doing, and this is probably a big reason they're pushing this direction, is this is completely eliminating the ability to trade in or sell a game. Now, for a collector, it's whatever. We'll keep our games anyway. But there's a lot of people out there, they'll get a new game on release and trade it in after they beat it a week later for $30-$40 credit. Say what you want about it.
They don't get that much.
It depends on the title. Some titles will get you about 30, maybe even 40. Depends on how hot the title is.
If it's a AAA title, like your Assassin's Creeds and shit, and you're a Power Up Rewards member, you can get $30, $35, even $40 out of some of the main titles. You're talking like your Assassin's Creed, your Call of Duties, shit like that. For the guys who just play the single player campaign and flip it right away, that does give them some return in investment.
And then they put it on the shelf and they sell it for like $4 less than the actual retail price.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're making that money back off of it again. Except here's the thing. They're not having to pay a percentage for the original sale anymore. They've already sold it. Now they've got it back. Now they can make more profit off of it.
Well, the markup,
that's how it's going to fuck GameStop.
The markup on a brand new title isn't actually that high at all. Like I know a guy who owns a chain of game stores, and his markup, now GameStop is obviously buying in bigger bulk. They're going to get a better markup, but his markup is only like 5% on a brand new title.
Oh, wow, what's his store called? Does it have initials TCP?
No.
Anyway,
but
I actually really like this chain. He's a really good guy.
But like the thing I'm saying is that like we are moving more towards discless media.
Yeah.
And as a culture, and I think if Microsoft decides to go this route, that could distinguish them from the PlayStation 5, and that could be an advantage.
Yeah. Well, the other issue you got, with current titles anyway, even on the new consoles, they're a huge install and usually a big day one patch or some kind of patch to download anyway.
Yeah. Like I have Final Fantasy 15. That game with all of its DLC is I think right around 100 megs. Right around a gig of 100 gigs of data. Yeah. Sorry.
No,
not megs, but gigs.
I actually run into this issue with my Xbox. With my game library is trying to have multiple games on the system at one time. You'll eat
my problem is my hard drive space is filled. I need an external hard drive because I've got like 30 or 40 games that I own that I don't even have installed because I don't have the hard drive space.
Yeah, I only keep 4 or 5 games at most on mine at any given time.
Yeah, see, I bought an external hard drive, so I got like 3 gigs of backup.
I need me like a 2 terabyte fucking external hard drive.
Sorry, 3 terabytes, yeah.
Because it's like 3 gigs, that won't get you much.
Now I got
that'll get you like an old school PS2 game that you can download.
That's like one intro for this show.
Yeah.
All right, what I missed.
Sorry, 3 terabyte hard drive.
Oh, guys, he's back. He's back.
Jesus Christ,
what's up, dude.
Dude, I'm getting a new computer. This thing's fucking had it, dude. It's just acting stupid.
Anna's got to buy me my birthday present first.
Dude, you just got to watch what websites you get onto, my dude.
I know, right? All that porn, dude, is fucking my shit up. Anyway,
dude, ever since I upgraded my PC this week, holy shit.
Porn in 4K is awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't watch porn.
That's your problem.
You know what?
No, I don't care to watch porn. I figure if I'm not doing it, I don't want to watch other people do it.
See, that's okay. Man, that's why I watch it though, man, because I can't be doing it.
He's living vicariously through that guy and
dude, exactly. I can't be messing around with 3 chicks at the same time, dude. It's never gonna happen.
Oh, so you gotta
learn how to drug your wife. Or sweet talker, yeah.
Did you see?
Look,
oh my god!
I think she was about to beat the shit out of him earlier tonight. Let's not get her back in here and get a domestic dispute.
Fucking hilarious.
So that's what the fight was about.
Yeah, no. I brought it up again.
Discless media. I don't know. I like buying Blu-rays. I'll only buy select movies anymore. I used to, I've got racks of DVDs that I don't even fucking watch anymore. But I still buy the occasional Blu-ray, usually major titles that I want. But I don't even most of them I haven't even input into my system because they come with a digital download code. And with Vudu, or download them on, redeem them on Movies Anywhere, I can watch them on my Vudu account or my iTunes, my fucking Amazon Prime library. I can access them on multiple locations anytime. I love that, but I have the physical media to back it up in case there's ever a problem with the digital download. I've still got the physical copy. I like having the physical copy as a backup. Does it take up space? Yes, but it's still there and it's comforting. I don't like the idea of going completely diskless, but it's eventually going to happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is the way. It's the wave of the future. I think it's gonna happen eventually.
See, I only buy like Blu-rays of movies that I want the special features for.
Yeah.
And then everything else goes straight on my Vudu account.
I'll buy those like the Marvel shit, and I'll buy.
Yeah, I buy those and the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
See, Anna likes.
I'm talking about shit like Conan with the drunk Arnold Schwarzenegger and John Milius fucking commentary, like shit like that. Like the Marvel movies, I don't give a fuck. I'll just buy them fucking digital.
Yeah. Well, I went back and I bought all the Aliens and Predator movies all on Blu-ray and shit.
Yeah, I did buy the quadrology because there's like some big documentary on there, and I'm a documentary freak.
On what? And which one?
The Alien quadrology fucking.
Oh yeah, I got that box set.
Yeah, that Blu-ray set.
I got Misty that Blu-ray box set for her birthday a couple of years ago because it's on sale for like $40 on Amazon one day, and I got it for her. And it's got the director's version, theatrical cut, and director's cut for each movie on there. Plus, loads of fucking content. Yeah.
So good.
I got the one from Wally World, so I hope it has all the shit you're talking about.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing.
Yeah, as soon as I saw an hour and a half documentary on the making of Alien, I was like, all right, I'm in. So we're gonna move from a discless Xbox One onto the next generation of PlayStation product, the PS5. Josh or Rob, do one of you guys want to take this because you guys know this hardware shit better than I do?
Yeah, I'm pulling up the article on it.
Well, cool. I'm going to start by saying, Epic is going to be fucking incredible.
Yeah,
I'm going to start by saying, how the fuck are we up to PS5 already?
Well, the thing is,
they're moving along.
The one thing that they confirmed that I'm just like so excited about is backwards compatibility to the PS1.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, yeah, it goes. You can play PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4 games on the PS5.
They had to do that because Microsoft kind of forced them on that whole.
Yeah. But I think it's awesome. But it's like, how will some of those old games like? I mean, I don't know. Some of those older games will probably.
If they do it like the Xbox did, the Xbox actually up-reses quite a bit. They can look really good.
Okay, but
if you'll allow me to screen share here.
All right,
go for it.
Make sure you're
here. This is on IGN.com. Wonderful source for video game related news. I love them. I prefer them to Kotaku or Polygon.
Okay.
But the PlayStation 5 was confirmed by Mark Cerny in an interview with Wired to include many upgraded features that would set it apart from the PS4. Including solid state drives, 8K support, and much more. Yeah. Third generation AMD Ryzen, which is going to be 8 cores, which will get you 16 threads.
That's a problem.
That is a big problem in a console right there.
And AMD they're using a Radeon Navi, Rob.
Yeah, AMD supporting runs hot as fuck.
Well, yeah, but they don't mention what the cooling system's going to be like. But we're looking at Zen 2 microarchitecture. It's going to support ray tracing and 3D audio.
I wouldn't be so much against it if it was only the GPU being Radeon.
Yeah, I can deal with that. Processors, AMD processors, even if they liquid cool this son of a bitch, it's going to be a problem in a compact console. And you do liquid cooling in something that's going to have to fit in an entertainment center.
And Josh, can you scroll up just a little bit, please?
Oh, my bad.
Oh no, there was just one other. Oh yeah, solid state drive, another problem. Who are they going to go with?
They better go with Samsung
Yeah, because
or Western Dig. Either
Yeah.
one.
Western Digital's not bad, and it's probably cheaper than Samsung. And
You guys knew who you're talking about here, right? I mean, let's take a look at the I mean, Sony knows what the fuck they're doing.
They don't.
It doesn't look.
They're
like
using an AMD processor in this
listen,
thing.
Hold on a minute now. Yeah, trust me, they know. Look at their path. Their path says they know what they're doing. What are you talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Basically,
their only misstep in their entire legacy has been the initial pricing of the PS3, and they're like, "Yeah, we fucked up."
Well, there was a problem with the PS2 too.
There was a lot of problems with PS2. Dude, their optical drives in the PS2.
Okay, but
PS2 optical drives failed, and the wireless would go out too.
Originally, too, don't play PS2. Original PS2s had issues because they were they were compatible. They were able to play PS1 games.
All of them will. All the PS2s will play PS1 games. It was
all the
true.
So
all
the PS3s.
Not all PS2 games will play PS1 games.
Not the PS2 Slims, the latter ones that came out in the last year or two of console production.
Dude, I've got
but all of them prior to that.
I know my PlayStation 2 would not play a PlayStation 1 game.
Then there's a problem with your PlayStation 2 because I've got 3 different versions of the thing, and they all play PlayStation 1.
And that's the thing. The first PS2s had 2 optical things.
Mm-hmm.
They had 2 optical readers.
Yep.
So
and it would spin.
It would.
One was for the game, and one was for DVD.
Yeah, because they had 2 different formats, and they were also because of the backwards compatibility with the PS1. Now, see the thing that scares me here, like I said, is the solid state drive too. Besides the AMD processor, because depending on who they go with a solid state drive, I mean that could be a huge problem. And like Rob said, Samsung is like heads and shoulders above everybody else. So what if they decide because they're Sony, they go with a Toshiba product?
They're fucking done.
Yeah.
Those Toshiba solid state drives are absolute garbage. They have such a problem with read write errors.
And,
I bought so many PlayStations. I bought so many PlayStations, and I've not had a problem with any of them. They've been beautiful. Well, except for my PS3. My PS3 died on me because I think I played the fuck out of it.
I only went through 2 PS2s.
My Xbox 360 launch unit was on pretty much 24 hours a day for about 5 years.
I just don't.
But like,
I just haven't had much problem with them, so I have a lot of faith in them. I don't know. I'm just.
And another thing to consider is that the PC master race, man. A lot of people are, fucking, Intel and fucking Nvidia fucking loyalists.
Well,
if they see a system powered by fucking AMD straight out, that's gonna be a drop in sales.
Most of them guys aren't fucking with PlayStation anyway.
Here's the thing. I've got an Intel CPU, but I've got an AMD GPU.
Yeah, and that's fine, dude. Like, unless you get like into the super high up NVIDIA shit, there's not that much difference in the graphics card. But that fucking processor, that makes a difference, man.
Well, here's the thing. AMD actually does make a badass processor. That Ryzen is a badass unit. I've had a couple of guys build systems with them, and they can kick some ass, but they're in big ass towers with liquid cooling systems. They can keep them cold, but their CPU processor temps are always at least 10 degrees higher than mine in a similar load.
Yeah, see, I've got a i7 4770K, same shit Josh just got.
Oh shit, that's the exact same processor,
Yeah, the same shit you just got. I got that, and I've got that cooled by a Corsair H1, boy, and that shit stays chilly. Like, if you touch my PC, it's fucking frosty. I got that. I've got fucking Thermaltake level 10 case. So I've got the 2 giant exhaust fans on top. And I fucking unscrewed the other exhaust fan on the front to make it a fucking exhaust too. So everything is just blowing. It's just completely cycling air through it.
Well, Intel CPUs are extremely efficient anyway, so they run that hot even under serious load, especially the latest i7.
I don't know. I understand y'all's concerns for a lot, and I get it. I understand that they're all the but I have so much faith in them. I don't.
This is a misstep. I can tell you with this AMD processor.
It could be. Maybe this will be their first big misstep. I'll say.
And that's going to be. This is going to be the Xbox 360 all over again because that's what killed the original 360.
You know, if they don't,
that's what I was gonna say real quick. Rob, wasn't the 360 starting with an AMD and then the second production came out with NVIDIA?
Yeah, they were ARMs if I remember right. In the 360s.
Well,
but here's the thing with the AMD, you got to remember you're putting these consoles. You're not setting them on a desk or on a shelf or something. You're putting them in a fucking entertainment center.
That's true.
Mine's on a little side table.
Well,
so
you're a rarity. Most people are sticking them in their entertainment center.
See, and I've got a glass entertainment center that's completely open, so it's just the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you're right.
On a little glass side table, and
it's less. Most people, it's less air circulation down in there. It's not.
Yep.
It's not the greatest. That's true.
Some motherfuckers have these things on carpet and shit. So,
that's
you gotta remember, most of the people playing, most of the consoles. I mean, you've got your hardcore gamers, but consoles aren't bought by the same people that buy gaming PCs. Consoles are bought by the soccer mom who buys it for their kids, and their kids are going to have it stuck into a fucking entertainment center, or they're never going to blow the dust out of it. Like we take all of ours, I take them all down once a month, and I clean the hell out of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God for condensed air.
Yeah, I keep cans of compressed air. I live less than a mile from an active coal mine, surface mine. The coal trucks go by here all the time. There's so much dust in this motherfucking place. Plus, we have a cat. I'm blowing my console out and my PC out every fucking week. Yeah, I go through like a can of compressed air a week, man.
Shit, you'd be surprised just with kids and the dog running around the house. Our house is pretty. I mean, we had a clean house, but the dust that builds up, especially out here in the country,
it doesn't take much, man. It doesn't.
Well, anything electronic is going to be a dust magnet anyway.
That's
it goes
true.
There before it goes to anything else.
Yeah, but like the weird thing is I went from having 4 cats and 2 dogs,
right,
to having
10 African rock pythons.
Yeah, baby.
And a butt plug.
And a purple and green one. But down to 2 cats and 1 dog, and the hair isn't appreciably different.
No, it's not. I mean, shit, my Xbox One sits on top of our entertainment center, which is about 6 feet above the ground. It's the only thing up there aside from the stereo receiver. And that thing way up there, our dog is tiny. I mean, he's this little ankle biter that runs around the floor. He doesn't get up that high. And if that fucking thing, I'm blowing dust and dog hair out of it all the time. It's still
well, it's like Josh said, it's like it zaps right to it. Shoot.
Yep.
But
that heat draws it in, man.
No, imagine sticking something that runs significantly.
I'm gonna tell you guys something. My son has dropped from playing on console. He is all PC now. That's what my kid. My kid doesn't play the PlayStation 4 anymore. It sits up in his room, but he doesn't play it. I have to go up and grab it if I want to play it and bring it down here and play it because but he doesn't really play it hardly. It's all PC now for him, and what he told me was he said he just can't go back to playing the PlayStation after playing on the PC. He can't do it.
If you have a good gaming,
PC, well, he built his own. I mean, he dropped a lot of money into it and put it, and it's a beautiful setup. He's got 2 screens. He's actually got a TV for one of his screens. It's a nice setup he's got. And
that's what I run. I run a 32-inch TV.
That's what he has. He's got the same thing you, Nick. He's got a 32-inch screen for one of his monitors, and he likes it better. He told me, he said, if you were to play on a PC, Dad, you'd never want to go back to this thing either. And so I think
played on my one time, and that's all it took to hook her on this thing.
Well, what I'm wondering is Sony trying to do something to make the trying to compete with PCs, but they're fucking up.
No,
maybe the wrong way.
They know that they're a completely different market.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I would hope not, but I hope you're right. But it sounds like maybe they're trying to do something, but they're not. It's not what they should do. I don't know.
The one thing that they're going to have with this, because like Microsoft's already trying to unify the Xbox with the PC infrastructure ecosystem, with the PlayStation going to an AMD base rather than
Right.
they've traditionally used their own hardware. They've used their own processors, shit like that.
Okay.
That's where you get like the emotion engine and all that crap.
Right.
But by going to the AMD architecture, they will have the advantage of easier to code for. So it'll be a lot easier for these AAA game makers to make the games for all the systems, and they're going to see a little more support that way.
Okay.
But you've got a system that is already set up for failure.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame though. I hope they figure that out because
they underdrive the hardware and run it at a much, much lower clock speed, and then you lose the advantage anyway.
Or you're gonna get a PlayStation that's like an Xbox brick.
Right.
Because they'll have to throw sinks in and shit.
Or it's going to be an Xbox 360 all over again, where you're just going to have failure after failure after failure.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, you may be a big PlayStation fanboy, Russ, but they do not do cooling systems well. They never have. Their thermal paste is the cheapest shit you'll ever find. And
maybe I'm going to go to
But like, sorry, Russ, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was like, maybe I'm going to start playing on a PC now. I'm kidding.
Yeah. But what if this is like an ultimate what if, because you know how I like to throw out these little scenarios.
Right.
What if Sony made the first liquid cooled console?
Can you imagine how big of a brick that son of a bitch? There is not a person on this planet outside of like us and the super nerds that's going to know how to manage a liquid cooled system.
But what if they do like the all-in-one contained shit?
They're going to sell about a quarter of the systems that they normally do. Because everybody's going to look at that and go, liquid cooled in my entertainment center? Oh, God, no. Oh, no, soccer mom can't have, liquid by electronics.
That's because, yeah, I don't know. Rob,
that's who's buying this shit.
The Dreamcast was liquid cooled?
I don't know about that. Hold on a minute. I don't think it's just soccer moms. There's plenty of single men buying PlayStations.
But
I'm sure there's a bunch of virgin dudes out there that got them.
Yeah, but
there's
Chuck in the chat is saying the Dreamcast was liquid cooled.
Oh, kind of. It's not like you're thinking. The dyes, or not the dyes, but the heat pipes actually have viscous liquid in them.
Oh, okay.
So it's similar to what they do on like the Razer phone.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So they're heat pipes with a viscous liquid to transfer heat in them, but they're not actually liquid cooled. Like they're not your traditional radiator with the heat block and the coolant and shit like that.
Well, I don't know.
Bought so many extra fucking Corsair 120 fans for my build.
We've come such a long way. Maybe people are be a little smarter. I don't know.
I don't know, but dude, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. I'd be fucking impressed, and I'd be willing to put down straight for the PS5 if they said it was liquid cooled. Hell yeah.
Yep. The problem is then you alienate the majority of the buyers because there isn't 600 million nerds buying these things. There's about 100 million nerds and 500 million moms buying them for their kids.
That's where one hell of a marketing campaign could help.
It better be the best marketing campaign.
Sony is good at it. They have been able to market shit that you wouldn't. You're like, what the fuck? I don't know how they talk me into buying things.
Yo, Sony goes back to E3 next year and says, "Bang, PS5 is liquid cooled."
That would be crazy,
dude.
Dude.
That would work.
I think they're gonna. I would laugh if they did, but you're gonna see the outrage from the people who don't. I mean, coming from somebody who doesn't like, I love liquid cooled systems. They run quieter, they run cooler. I'm all for it, but
I've run two of them.
I know how to build them.
Yeah,
I know they're not gonna leak all over the fucking place unless you really screw something up.
Especially the self-contained ones. I've done self-contained and I've done a custom loop, and I'll tell you, the self-contained is just as good as any custom loop.
Yeah, unless you're overclocking and shit, you really don't need anything more than that. But
mine's overclocked. I'm overclocked to 4.25, and I still run clean temps, man. Just on that Corsair H100.
No, you got to get some extreme overclocking going to really.
Oh yeah. Well, I was just doing like the lowest that they say is safe, so that I'm not, because they said you can go up to like 475. I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah. That's
I
when
don't
you
know.
need to step up your cooling.
It sounds like from what you were saying though, with the potential for that processor to overheat, they're gonna have to come up with something. They're gonna have to come up with something because otherwise people's systems are just gonna fucking overheat and blow up on them.
Yep. Well, hey, like I said, Xbox 360, that was the killer on them. That's it was cheap thermal paste and a really hot processor.
Rob, if they do that, Rob, and they don't have a plan to fucking cool that damn thing down, that would mean they're going backwards. And you know what I'm gonna say? I will never buy a Sony product again if they do that. I swear to God, I would be so mad if they did that shit. I'd be, fuck you, never buying anything again.
How mad would you be?
I'm never buying a first generation console again.
Oh hell no.
No, I won't either. I'll never buy a first one either. I won't because there's going to be issues always.
I usually wait at least 6 months to a year before I buy a new system.
I wait about 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Well, for the PS4, I did wait 2 years before I got one after its release.
2 years.
Actually, the PS4 was the one I didn't wait on that much. We had just gotten we had a PS3 for a while. And then I had an opportunity to get a PS4 as a deal with something else I was doing, so I got the PS4 pretty early, and it's been a stout machine, man. I'm satisfied.
Yeah,
I like the PS4. I mean, it's a good.
I'm such a fan of the PS3 that I had a hard time getting convinced.
Right.
PS4.
Fallout 4 made me get the PS4.
Here's I'm a gamer. Like for me, it doesn't matter what the system is as long as it plays the game I want. Like the PS4 you get for the exclusives. Now, I gravitate towards the Microsoft stuff for stuff like the Universal games that I can get on any console or any system. If I don't get it on PC, I get it on Xbox.
Okay.
But
you're an Xbox guy. I get it.
Well, I'm a gamer. I play them all. PS4 has great exclusives. They've got the
Uncharted.
So what you're saying? You're saying you play them all, but your favorite is, but you gravitate in your favorite is.
No, that's not what he's saying at all, Russ. What he's saying is that he will buy them.
He just said he gravitates toward it.
Because he's talking about for the online and the fucking Universal games, not the exclusives. So so if he's gonna buy Grand Theft Auto, he's gonna buy it on the fucking Xbox. If he's gonna buy an exclusive, he's gonna be buying Spider-Man on the PS4.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All right. So you only would play the PS4 for their exclusive games.
Right. I like the Microsoft ecosystem better.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got more family on it. I've got, I prefer the controller on the Xbox, things like that.
Yeah, see that's a deal breaker for me. I can't stand the controller.
See, I'm the other way. I don't like PlayStation stuff, but I'll play the PlayStation because I want to play the games, and they have fantastic games.
I loved the bulkier feel of the Xbox controller.
Yeah, I hate it.
I've never been a fan of that big ass controller.
It's too heavy in my hand. It's too big. It's like handling my cock.
I don't know.
Well, I was going to say, I know what you're not referring to, and then you went and referred to it.
Oh, God. See, my way, I go the other way around. I like the bigger controller because I don't have as many nerve issues. I've got nerve damage in my hands. So trying to play on the PlayStation controller, my hands cramp up after 20 minutes, and I can't play.
Well, shit, my hands cramp up no matter what I play. So.
Well, they do too for me, but I can play my Xbox for a couple hours before it starts to be an issue.
Oh, I got you.
I have the same problem with PlayStation. If I lock the controllers for the Switch, the Joy-Cons into that little thing and try to play it that way, same problem.
Okay.
Now I can play it in screen mode, like I can throw them on the ends, and I've got that wider controller. I'm fine.
Yo, why did they make the Necromancer so OP in Diablo 3?
Do what?
The Necromancer in Diablo 3 is so OP. I said you guys were talking about the Switch, and Diablo 3 came out on the Switch, and of course, the first character I'm gonna try is the fucking Necromancer. I'm into Act 3 and haven't died once on hard.
Because Necromancers are OP as fuck anyway.
Yeah, it's just fucking nuts, man. You don't lose life at all.
Do you get what does that make the game boring for you?
Kind of,
Hell
yeah.
no, go in and wreck shit.
Yeah.
It's
Huh.
it's
Well-
fun when you're putting up like 100 kill streaks and shit, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it's kind of like, eh.
Well, I felt that way about God of War. I had to play it like on really hard modes because if I didn't, I got bored. I would just rock. I'd run through that fucking game, all of them, and I hate. So I had to like, you have to increase the difficulty, or it would just be dull. So, yeah, I got you. That's
So it's time, guys. We're at 11:14, and it is time to talk the discussion topic. All right, this week was
go.
Star Wars Celebration. We talked Star Wars last week, I know. So if you guys are bored of Star Wars, sign off.
Get the fuck out.
But here we go, man. It was confirmed in an interview with MTV between MTV and Kathleen Kennedy that there is a Knights of the Old Republic project in the works.
Or she said like what Old Republic?
Yeah.
Or
No, she
Yeah.
said Knights.
Okay. I
She
know what
said
you're talking-
Knights. So this is
Oh,
a big
yeah.
can of worms.
I'm
I think it was Sam in our chat that said that this goes through millennium.
Yep.
I was thinking like if they just say okay we're setting this in the Old Republic, there's like thousands
there's
of years.
thousands of
4,000.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's interesting, man.
Yeah.
To see where they're gonna go and
And like,
Well,
how
like you were
fast they
talking, it was
wanna
Darth Revan. What was the other one?
Bane.
Bane.
Because like those are the
You can fuck with nihilists. You can fuck with. I mean, you can fuck so many. So vitiate. I mean, there's so many errors that like that were overlap each
Yeah.
other too. You know, it's what's kind of crazy. My God, there's a lot of
it's like
malgus.
what I'm thinking about is like there's all these choices, but then they might just come up with something brand new.
Dude, I would love. You know how which one didn't have a crawler? Was that Rogue One?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was no opening crawl on Rogue
Yeah.
One.
See, I would love if they did it as a movie. Okay.
And Solo didn't really have a crawl either. It had kind of like
Yeah, it's like a
a
pair.
text
Yeah.
card, and then it went to another text card.
So what I'd like them to do for this is do it as a trilogy. You know?
Yeah.
Because the rumor for months, it's unconfirmed, but the rumor for months has been that the two Game of Thrones guys are doing this as a movie trilogy.
Right.
So what
Yeah.
I'd like to see is no opening crawler, and the beginning be a fucking flashback and like bring you up to Sith history to fucking Revan, and
Dude,
then
that'd be
drop
cool.
you
So,
straight
like,
into a
yeah.
fucking movie.
Dude, Nick, I'm with that. That'd be cool. Like if they did like a montage that covered like thousands of years of history.
Yeah, and have it like
Right.
subtitled.
Yeah.
Similar
Yeah.
to how the opening
Yeah, like-
15 minutes of the first Lord of the Rings movie was.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was trying to think of, Josh.
Oh my God.
Okay. Or like,
That's
But it's
brilliant, you guys. Jesus Christ.
have any of you guys ever? Sorry, Sam, I'll let you go in a second. Have any of you guys ever watched the old Mechanic movie with Charles Bronson?
Yes. I
See,
have,
that
yes,
movie
yes.
was fucking 15 minutes of silence at the beginning. Sam, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry I interrupted you, brother. Go
No,
ahead.
dude, because like the only thing I want to say, like going back to that, is I remember like seeing that in theaters and like that little flashback montage they did in Lord of the Rings, like literally like my head exploded. I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen on film ever.
It's a really cool intro.
Yeah.
It's like if they could do that, just like
Yeah.
get you up to speed in like in a creative way, it'd be tough to do, but if they could do that and just kind of like blow your like knock your socks off right there, I think that'd be awesome, dude.
Or sock.
or sock.
You don't dress up the other
So-
foot to match.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
Well,
I think that's a
I
cool
mean,
idea,
so-
man.
no.
so real quick, I just kind of want to guide the discussion a little bit.
Yeah.
I was thinking, you know, that it'd be great as a movie trilogy, and if it's the one that's been rumored by, you know, the two Game of Thrones guys, Benioff and whoever, you know, that'd be awesome for me. But what would you guys like to see? Do you guys want to see a movie trilogy, or do you guys want to see a new video game? Do you want to see it as a TV series? Because they haven't confirmed that it's going
It's
to
a
be a
project,
movie.
right?
Yeah,
Well,
they
they've
just
been
said
talking
project.
they've been talking a remaster at least of the KOTOR video game for a long time, and I would be all fucking over that. But
Yeah.
I want to see them do a TV series or
TV series.
a series on their new streaming service, similar to what they're doing with Mandalorian.
I think with
I
the guys that they chose to do it, I mean, these are guys that have done well in TV. So I think that's what we should expect.
that's a
Right.
really
Can you
good
imagine?
point.
Can you imagine a long-term series based on KOTOR, though? I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking Game of Thrones quality.
And I think that's where you got to start because I think like in all the Legends stories, chronologically, like that's the earliest one. Other than, I mean, like there's like the Lost Tribe of the Sith and stuff like that. But like if you're talking just like Old Republic, I think that's kind of the earliest that it starts is with them.
Yeah, and you've got so
Revan.
much. There's so much lore to pull from with KOTOR that
Dude.
they can't do it in three movies. They really
No.
they could do a 3-movie series.
Yeah, they could do it.
in the series, but they need to do more.
They could do the first 2 games in a trilogy of movies.
It's just so much, man. It's like I'm worried about it.
I don't know. I think they should do, if they were going to try to do those games, give them at least a season of TV. Give them 10 one-hour episodes, or
Dude,
2 seasons, 10 one-hour episodes, or to tell the story over time. Draw it out. Like, really get in there.
Right.
I'd like that too, man.
But,
It's just that it's been just rumored to be movies so long that
I
that's
know.
kind of what I'm stuck on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure. So I love KOTOR and I love the property. I'm just wondering that because so long the rumor has been that it's going to be a movie trilogy. If I would be disappointed if it wasn't.
What if they did a movie to introduce us to the TV series and then
That'd be dope too.
Like a Kickstarter.
I wouldn't be disappointed anyway, as long as I get new content.
Yeah.
Give me some new world building. Give me something different.
Oh,
I'm going to be happy. Now, here's something. People love K2SO from Rogue One. Could you imagine a series featuring HK-47 from KOTOR?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I mean, come on, K2
But,
who?
Did you see, Josh? I don't know if we went over this last week, but K2SO is fucking confirmed for the Cassian Andor TV series on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Alan Tudyk is going
Alan
to be
Tudyk.
back reprising the role too.
What do you guys think about like kind of just based on what Disney's done? I mean, there's a good chance if they say it's an Old Republic that they're gonna like do a completely brand new thing. Like, how would you guys feel about that?
I'm fine with that too.
Well, it's the same thing as any comic movie. You're gonna compare it to the fiction that spawned it.
Yeah.
No matter what, it's very hard to divorce. What your love for the original material is, and judge something that's based on it.
Well, here's the thing. Revan, we know Revan is canon, but we don't know.
Yeah.
What they haven't made canon is his story, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just him.
Because like
not
all
his
we know
story.
is that like they existed, and that's it.
That's all
Same
you
thing
know.
as Bane. Bane's the same thing. Bane is canon, but his story isn't canon.
And it's like I
So
get
they left to rewrite that.
not wanting to retread like old property or like just like retell a story that's already been told, but then at the same time it was like it's throw us a fucking bone,
Yeah. But I will tell you this.
What we want,
But
but
what if?
that's not their job is to.
Yeah, but what if they do? What if they do it, but they take a little bit, but they kind of do a new story, but take some aspects of the.
That's what they're gonna
Their
have to
story.
do, man.
And-
That's what
that's what I
any
think that too.
adaptation is.
Yeah, and-
Well,
blending.
there's so much lore from this that they're gonna have to take some of it, but it's a retelling.
And then change it to
Yeah.
a different type of medium because we're
Right.
talking about a story that was Revan was a video game, Bane was a trilogy of books. So
Yeah.
adapting those is going to change it a lot. But
Same
I-
thing with Vitiate. He was in the MMO.
yeah, it was in everything.
But
Yeah, that's right. Vitiate's been
but like a lot of people say the reason that Solo didn't do so well was because of fatigue with Star Wars.
Yeah,
I think there's something to that.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think because they have said that they're developing 2 trilogies, the Ryan Johnson one and the Game of Thrones guys, if they do another trilogy in movies besides that, or if they do a TV show besides what they've already said, do you think that that's gonna lead to more fatigue?
I don't think it was a case of fatigue. I think it was a movie fatigue because it came out in a time where we'd already had a big Star Wars release just a few months prior. We had a bunch of new stuff with like Endgame and all that shit was coming out. It wasn't so much. There's no such thing as Star Wars fatigue. People are hungry for that content.
Well, I don't know about that, but I will say this. Remember when Last Jedi had left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, apparently. There were a lot of haters on that movie, and I almost wonder if maybe people were just starting to be pissed off for a while about it, and then that Solo movie comes out, and it's kind of like they almost took their annoyance out on that movie.
Well, and there was a lot of social justice bullshit
there
around with that movie, and it's the same thing that happened at Captain Marvel too, with all that shit.
I know,
like, man.
I agree.
That outside political bullshit.
Yeah,
fuck that movie, just like Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
where it's like,
well, Captain Marvel is doing extremely well.
Yeah, no, it did really well, but he's saying it did take it's taken a lot of criticism.
Yeah, and then like you got to compare Captain Marvel to what the Star Wars standard is.
Right.
Success, you know what I mean? Because like a random Marvel movie doing well, yeah, that's one thing. But then like for like what's expected of a Star Wars movie, you know, and like that is my concern. But like I don't think that these 2 trilogies are going to be like going on at the same time, or
I think they'll stagger them.
You think they will? Because I think they're going to do.
I think that they basically figured out that they can have a Star Wars movie every other year, but not every year.
Big thing is with the
first episode from a trilogy in one, wait 2 years, put out the first episode in another, and then should be another year or 2.
I wouldn't like. I want one trilogy done, even if it's 2 years between each movie, and then do another trilogy.
I understand what you're saying, but if they have enough characters that they can produce more than one thing at a time.
Yeah,
if they're smart though, that they will produce more than one thing, but don't produce multiple movies because that's just banging people into the theaters. They can get a consistent return on the investment by going to a series for one and movies for the other.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking again with these Game of Thrones dudes. Like they've had so much success in TV that I think that would be Disney's kind of thought with hiring them. You know,
well, they're confirmed for a movie trilogy.
Oh shit, is that right?
Yeah. Okay. So like if KOTOR is a TV series, they're not working on it.
Yeah. But I will tell you this, they those guys go too. I will tell you, I think they want to do movies. They've done the TV thing. They want to work on it. They've said that, dude.
Yeah, so how do we are they just gonna I could see them putting them on the main trilogy for the next saga then. But with KOTOR, they've really got to open it up. To do for the 3-movie trilogy, they're going to take one really tiny little chunk and throw it out there, or it's going to be really watered down.
Well,
either way,
you can't film a 230-hour, you got to figure 60 hours at minimum to play through both games.
Right.
You can't tell the entire story, no matter what you do.
You can do that in a series.
You have to streamline everything. Anything that's adapted is streamlined.
Okay, but think about it this way. Let's say they put out a series. Mm-hmm. Well, now you have a 3-season series at 10 hours per season. That's 30 hours that you have to tell the story versus, say, 6 hours in a 3-movie trilogy.
That's
big
actually
difference.
Yeah, it is a big difference, but I just don't think. I don't think
You
that
wouldn't.
there's enough unless they start at like, the fucking start with the Revan saga and then
Right.
go through everything with that and then up to Darth Bane and everything, but in a TV series. But like, I think it would be smarter just to tell the Revan story in 3 movies.
Me too. I agree with that. That's
Yeah,
what
but
I wanted
then you're
to see.
still trying to
Well-
water it down to 6 hours.
Dude,
right,
I
that's what.
do
But
that because I think there's a lot of stuff that they can cut out or kind of condense.
yeah.
Well, it
I'm
could
not
probably
worried
be.
about
Because I mean, we're seeing 1,000-page books put down
But-
into 3 hours.
Yeah.
I don't think like if they condensed Revan's story to 3 movies, I don't think any of us would feel like we're missing anything.
Well,
Yeah,
they do it all the time. They skip time in movies all the time.
Yeah.
Every Star Wars movie, time has passed when they pick up the next one.
Revan
all
is
the
a
time.
really tough one too, just because of how many different mediums that story's been told in, and like
Yeah, they would have to definitely figure out a single.
Right. But
Yeah.
the only things somebody was mentioning it earlier, the only things canon about Revan is that he's been mentioned.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Yeah.
So-
He's meant it.
So like, they can do whatever they want, and
They can.
they can make it the definitive version of Revan.
Yeah. They can make Revan. I mean, well, a core thing about Revan is that he Jedi a Sith. So
Yeah.
he's one of
Jedi.
he's probably maybe the only.
Jedi.
He may be one of the few that's gone back and forth multiple times.
Yeah.
Like I mean, just thinking about how this franchise is and how the fans are. Like, if they don't give us that exact kind of Revan story, like people are gonna go crazy, man.
Maybe,
Now, do you
maybe, but
Wait, what's up, Nick?
I was gonna say, do you guys think that there's a more profitable story for them to tell in the Old Republic timeline?
I don't think so, but I
No.
think if they don't give us the kind of like true to Legends Revan story, I think people are going to be upset. And like I kind of thought that that was kind of like my knee jerk reaction. I'm like, if they're going to do this, this is a story I want to see. But then I got to check myself and say, okay, this is all made up. Like, it's all fake, so it's not like there's not degrees of being fake. It's all fake.
Yeah.
So like
Right.
if he says like this is Legends and this is canon, it doesn't change. It doesn't mean you can't still go back and like read those Legend stories or like
Yeah.
play the video game and still enjoy it. Like that is where I again, it's like a knee jerk reaction, but I still catch myself thinking that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want them to do this story because this is what I know and this is what I enjoy.
And like people are attached to the old Dark Horse shit too. You know what I'm saying? The Dark Horse stuff, the fucking expanded universe novels.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Well, that's a lot of content. A lot of content. There were a lot of.
Well, there was over 20 years of content
exactly.
that
The first one was the first Thrawn book. It came out in like 1993, and that was
it was 91,
and that was like the kick
91 or 92.
for the EU.
Yeah.
And since we've had in George Lucas was just like signing off on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we got.
Like,
years
they have
of
Star
book-
Wars-
Well, before that, there was the Dark Horse comics that told the
Yeah.
story right before the Thrawn trilogy.
All the shit
Yep.
you don't like, Sam.
I mean, they could do Bane. Bane there was a lot of good shit going on around Bane. I mean, there was a war.
That's three
there was a-
novels. That's 3 novels worth.
Yeah, you got
There was
like
a war. There was a war going on between the Sith and the Jedi.
yeah, and that's a big part of that story too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the beginning of it all, it's.
I mean,
kinda,
they could go the route of the very first Sith Lord, Exar Kun, and
they
you
could.
look in K. Kill Droma and that whole how the Jedi and the Sith started.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're right.
Oh, that would be a
that's way back.
fascinating story.
That would
Yeah.
be cool
Mhm.
too.
I'd love to
There's a
see
lot.
what.
And
There's a lot, which makes this shit interesting.
And
Mhm.
see, like, one of the things that they've introduced that they could also do is the fucking wills and the first Jedi and the first Sith, like the children.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
Well,
there's a billion things they can do. I'm excited for
That's
the future
true.
of Star Wars.
yeah. Oh, definitely. Me too. Because
Yeah, I mean,
I think before Disney, the only possibility we had was getting like Skywalker saga movies. Like we never would have been debating this shit when like before Disney. And that's not like a knock to Lucasfilm or anything, but it's like we knew what kind of movies that we were going to get and what to expect. But I think this just opens up so many more opportunities.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I agree with that. Well, I mean, as soon as Disney acquired this whole thing, I knew we were going to have potential to get some really good shit. I thought they were, and I thought they would expand out. I didn't know that they were going to carry on like they have. I thought we were going to get. I thought they were going to go initially. They were going to go away from Skywalker altogether and go and do something different. And then when I heard about the first movie and what they were going to be doing, I was like, oh, they're bringing back the old actors. Oh, okay, we're staying with that. All right.
The way they did it worked though.
Yeah,
No, it was good. It was good.
I remember that. Thinking the
But
same.
when I first heard about that deal happening, my first mentality was, oh, wow, they can go into the EU and start telling some of these stories. That was my first thought. I wasn't thinking about the main continuing on the main saga. I mean,
Yeah, and see, like, what got me kind of excited, and I knew it was going to happen, but it was just like, that headcanon kind of thing, was before Force Awakens came out, was when that fucking Photoshop of Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker was running around.
Mhm.
And he looked exactly like Mark Hamill, and I was like, oh my God, are they doing that?
yeah, it would have been crazy, dude. I mean, wow. Yeah,
but let's be realistic. As long as Mark Hamill is alive, he's Luke fucking Skywalker.
Yeah.
No, true. I mean, you're right. It's just there's a lot of gaps in time in the Star Wars universe that they haven't touched.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's intentional, man. I think it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing because I feel like a lot of the new canon stuff, when it comes to like these untouched areas, like they're like nothing happens. And it's like kind of boring because I think Disney, it's like they're just like saving it. They're like, oh, we got some shit planned for these 10 years.
I mean, it's Disney. They're looking out at least 10 years. Probably.
Yeah, because it's like a lot of the canon stuff that's come out like kind of pre-episode 4 has been really good, and even if it's kind of small-time things, it's interesting to read, But
remember how much?
Go ahead, Ross.
How much? Remember how much money they spent on this? They don't want to just make that back. They want to make double that back. So they're going to be pumping shit out. It's not a doubt about that.
What I wanted to get to was what Sam was saying was all the pre-episode 4 stuff that we've gotten.
Yeah,
I personally think that the old Obi-Wan Darth Maul fight in fucking Rebels is one of the best things that's ever been filmed for Star Wars.
Awesome, man. And I do want to say, like, if we don't get some type of Obi-Wan story, I think that's a huge failure on Disney's part. And I've been
again
Disney all the way. So like
a character whose life there's a lot of aspects of his life we don't know.
There's the One Legends book.
He was banging hookers in Mos Eisley for 19 years.
There's a Legends Kenobi book, and like that book's just fucking awesome. If you haven't read it, it's. I mean, like I think if you got into it, you read it pretty quickly. But it's, I just think that's just an interesting story. Now, it's something I want to. And it lines up with like the age of the actor. Like Ewan McGregor is kind of the right age to play him at any age.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't want to see that wasted.
Yeah. That's a good point, man. Like they know the fans want it. They shouldn't waste the time. They should get it done.
I think you're right about that. And I know they basically said that was kind of on the back burner or scrapped or whatever. But I mean,
it was never confirmed.
It was never confirmed.
Yeah, it's all been rumored.
So that's good then, because you can't say it was scrapped if it was never really confirmed, right?
Yeah, the only thing that's been put on hold that was announced is the Boba Fett solo story.
Right. But so this whole Kenobi movie is definitely something we could see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's
I hope we do, man. I think that'd
well,
be
he's.
a big miss if we don't.
Yeah.
I think it's irresponsible if they don't do something with him because he's one of the most beloved characters in the whole goddamn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
The story they told in that Legends book, it wasn't like a huge like galaxy spanning story. Like it all took place on Tatooine. It was like all like kind of like small time like family type story, like a really tight close knit story.
So he was banging hookers.
Yeah, man.
No, I mean he had like a love interest and stuff, and it was cool because like it was sad, you know, but it was.
wasn't he? This rumor he was banging the Duchess Satine, right? Wasn't he?
Oh, it was like that. I think that's the part of it. And then there was like he was like he had like these. I mean, just like human desires or whatnot, and like he felt a real connection to this person. But he's like, I'm here on Tatooine to look out for this kid, and I can't do that, and kind of enjoy my life at the same time. So it was kind of like he had to make a lot of sacrifices, like do his duty, you know. And it was a bummer, but it's a good.
It's my duty to please them booty.
Yeah, man.
That's what it should have been. I was reading out. Like, just do it, Obi-Wan.
You could always keep a piece of ass around and watch
Help
it.
her, Obi-Wan. You're her only hope.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's 11:40. Do you guys want to go away, or can we talk some Game of Thrones?
Go ahead and talk, man. Go ahead and talk, and then we'll go and broadcast it.
All
I gotta
right.
go piss.
Warning: there will be spoilers here. So if you haven't seen the first episode this season of Game of Thrones, you're gonna want to turn off now.
Warning, only like two
Warning,
of us actually watch the shit.
Warning.
Yeah, it's just Nick and Russ.
Well, I'm just.
Dude,
Let's get it out of the way, Nick.
that shit
Did you
was
like that
dope.
It was incredible, dude. It was amazing.
Fucking
Were you shocked that
so many
Go
fan
ahead.
service moments in that.
there was?
Okay, I got
were you
one
shocked
question for
Yeah.
you guys.
What?
Do I see Dragon Mama titties?
Not this episode.
Not
Damn.
this one, but I'm sure it's coming. It might be coming.
Yeah, it might be coming in. She might be
but-
pregnant.
Yeah, they covered so much in
Yeah.
the first episode, though. I was like, holy
Yeah,
fuck,
they hit every note
Yeah.
they had to hit.
they did.
It was fucking beautiful, and all
It's
those
awesome.
all the fan service moments, you know, that were in it,
Yeah.
from fucking Jon Snow riding the fucking dragon.
Riding the dragon.
finally. You
Not just
know,
any dragon, too.
the
Dragon that's
end.
named after his daddy.
The end where
Yeah,
you know Samuel
yeah.
tells him about who he is truly.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was really cool. That I didn't know they were going to do that right away.
Yeah.
I really thought they were going to wait till like at least episode 2 for that, and they said, "Fuck that."
Dude,
we're
they've
going
only
right
got
in.
like 6 episodes. They've got to fucking
I
cram
know.
everything in.
That's what Anna said when I was I wasn't complaining about it, but
Word.
I just was like, I thought they were going to wait, and Anna's like, they got to hurry up.
Charles brought up a great point in the chat. He loved the new intro. The new intro was
Yeah.
dope. And then
It
that
was.
and then that like slowed down like minor key intro
Mhm.
intro that they did at the end of the episode, that was
Yeah.
fucking gorgeous too. And
That's really
besides, like, I'm so sorry that I keep talking, but I'm like
No, you're good. Go
excited
ahead.
about this shit. Fucking like, besides, like I said, all the fan service moments with Jon, Daenerys, Sam, and all that, they had great character moments in there too, like with fucking
Did you-
Tyrion and Viserys.
There were a lot of reunions. and
Yeah.
shit, too. I mean, who didn't? I almost dropped a tear, dude, when Josh. So I got Josh on the brain. Hey, Josh, I'm thinking about you, baby. Anyway, when John first shows up, when he shows up in Winterfell, and John sees Bran. He
Yeah.
hadn't seen Bran since season 1, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Oh,
crazy.
dude. The one that got me and made me happy was Arya and the
Oh, yeah.
Hound.
Oh, whoa, yeah, that was pretty good. And what about when Arya and John first see each
Wait,
other?
she was banging the dog?
No,
No,
dude.
no, no, no.
The Hound is Sir. What is it?
Click,
Mark?
Clegane.
Yeah, but
Clegane.
what's his first name? He's not Gregor because the mountain is
not-
Gregor.
Yeah, he's not Gregor. He's
Sandor Clegane.
Sandor Clegane.
Okay.
Clegane. Yeah, that's
So
it.
the Hound
I'm sure name.
the Hound Rob is Sir Sandor Clegane, and he's from a family that's basically like mercenaries. He has a brother named Sir Gregor Clegane, who is the Mountain,
AKA the Mountain,
who is like 8 feet tall, and he ended up dying from poison, and they brought him back with necromancy.
Yeah, he's like a zombie, like
He's
a walking.
he's like
zombie.
Like he's terrifying. Have you seen the guy that plays the Mountain?
That dude's huge.
Dude,
He's
it's insane. His name is Thor. His real name is Thor. It's Thor Bjornsson or some shit.
Yeah, he's a big motherfucker.
He's one of those fucking Iceland dudes that does like the fucking world's strongest man shit, throwing fucking boulders around like fucking paperweights and shit.
Yeah, there's a really good scene. There's a really good scene in season 1 where they're having an attorney.
Does he do dwarf tossing?
Almost, man. He almost got him.
Dude, if he was to throw a dwarf, that motherfucker might not come back down. Goddamn.
But like, there's
like a lawn dart.
Yeah, pretty big.
See, like he fucking decapitates a horse in the first episode with a great sword with one fucking swing.
Yeah, he takes the horse.
Horses are stupid anyway.
Yeah, but that's really thick, bro.
And then he tries to kill the dude who knocked him off the horse. Okay, and his brother is the only one who has the balls to go up against him to stop him from killing this guy.
And that's the Hound guy we were telling you about,
Rob. That's the Hound, right?
So like the hound is smaller than the Mountain. You know?
I mean, he's a big dude, but he's smaller than the Mountain. Right?
Yeah, Charles says in the chat, Thor Bjornsson's real life wife is like half his size. Like he does pictures. He does pictures of like with his arms.
Wait,
out.
His name is Thor Bjornsson?
Yes,
that is the most fucking Viking name ever.
Dude, he's from Iceland.
Right?
He's from Iceland and does world's strongest man shit like Braun Strowman.
Yeah, he's a freak of nature, dude. He really is. He's a but there's backstory about these two though.
Yeah.
All right, Gregor the Mountain was a really fucked up little kid. He was a really mean little kid because he was always bigger than everybody. So he was just a big monstrous bastard. So his little when him and his brother were little kids, he puts a toy down. His brother picks it up to play with it. He comes over, gets pissed at his brother for picking up his toy. He takes his brother's face and puts it up against
fire.
Into the fire. And they have grates. There's like a grate in a fireplace. He literally takes his head and puts it up against the grate that's like red hot, the fire, and it burns. So the Hound has the whole side of his face is burned. It's like scarred.
Dude. It's fucking.
He did that as a little kid. Yeah, he was and then there was also he took 2 wives. There was 2. He was married twice. Both his wives died. A big surprise. Under people say under weird circumstances, he basically probably killed them. He murdered them because they made him unhappy. Servants would disappear. He would just kill servants.
He's just like a monster. He's like a serial killer mercenary knight.
Yeah, and he's just a brutal motherfucker, dude. And his brother is a badass himself, but a little more. Like he's got a little more honor to him. He's a little more.
He's not going to kill a kid.
Yeah, he's not going to kill a kid. He's gonna, he's more of a. I mean, Hound was kind of a prick sometimes though too. He did have moments.
The Hound is like your standard like Drizzt type character. Has an attitude and all that. And so, like, those 2 brothers are destined to come together, and it's supposed to be called the Clegane Bowl. And so, like, that's a huge thing, people are looking forward to is the supposed Clegane Bowl, where the Hound is supposed to kill the Mountain, which I can't wait.
Everybody is expecting them to have it out. The 2 of them are going to have it out at some point.
And that was
remember in the last season, the finale of last season, they do meet up. Yeah. He goes up to him and he says, I don't know if you're still in there or not. And he looks at me and says, yeah, you're still there. He goes, basically telling him, I'm coming for you one of these days. I'm going to come for you. And it was a badass scene, dude. It was like, oh, look at that. But yeah, it's fun. That's a cool character. But no, it was a lot. I did like a lot of the reunions and stuff, and a lot of the the opening like 10 minutes of that fucking episode were amazing because they almost reenacted Roberts showing up in season 1.
Yeah.
They did it intentionally. They had the same music playing to kind of make it feel that way when Robert first came to Winterfell, and they're marching to Winterfell. All the soldiers and shit. It's just so cool, dude. And then you see the 2 fucking dragons flying over,
And then you also
everyone's going, "Oh shit!"
You also got to talk about Cersei.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you start with that one?
Yo, she has she is a scene chewer. She's one of those people that, if she doesn't get an Emmy this year, there's something wrong. Just based off that first fucking episode.
Yeah, Lena Headey is an incredible actress. She's really good. And Cersei Lannister is, first of all, for you guys that don't watch Game of Thrones, she's, her and her brother Jaime are twins, okay? They also fuck each other. They like to have incest. They have twincest is what we'll call it. And
what's wrong with that?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
It's not real. It's fictional. So
no, I know. But
it's not like it's set on Earth, right?
It's still taboo in the books.
It's still taboo in the books, but even though
in the setting it's taboo too, so it's not just it's just not your own moral
yeah.
Okay. So it is frowned upon,
right,
to be playing hide the peen,
especially because she was
sister's vagine.
Right. Yeah, she was banging her brother though at one point while she was married to the king. Okay, Robert Baratheon was her husband, and she was banging her brother. All 3 of her kids that survived, were all fathered by her brother, not Robert Baratheon, because she was banging her brother and getting knocked up by him. So her kids weren't even the real heirs to the throne. Okay, that's what started a whole bunch of shit off anyway.
Yeah. Did they come out with like mental deficiencies or any deformities or anything?
One of them definitely did.
Yeah,
Joffrey,
one of them was crazy. Joffrey.
Yes. Joffrey was a fucking lunatic. He was a psychopath.
And I think what's his face? What's the
Tommen?
Tommen was
Tommen was fucked up too a little bit.
Tommen had the mentality of Wendy the slow adult.
Yeah, he was a sweet kid, but he was just kind of dopey.
Yeah. He
could be manipulated easily. He was just kind of, and he becomes king because Joffrey dies, gets poisoned, and he becomes king. And remember this scene that's really good when Tommen's banging Marjorie.
Yeah.
So it's basically he's like about 14 years old. And
shouldn't this be called like Game of Fucking? It sounds like.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking. There's a lot of violence.
Yeah, it is. There's lots of nudity, lots of fucking, lots of it's
fucking dragons.
And dragons, yeah, and lots of good sword play. It's just great, dude. And honestly, this show is so.
When you say sword play, does that mean
honestly,
or they're playing with their sword?
There has been some of that too, Josh.
Yeah, man.
There is some.
And you enjoy this stuff.
Dude, it's fucking good. I don't care if there's homosexuality in the story.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't give a
shit. It's a good fucking story.
It is.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I think you guys are just overhyping it. It can't possibly be as good as everybody says it is.
It is. Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of hype to live up to.
You got HBO with your PS View. Start watching it, man.
I don't have the time to start watching and devoting to it.
Josh. And I'm not saying go just because everybody else, just because a lot of other people, like millions of people are. I mean, I don't even know how many people watched the first episode.
Like 9 or 12 at least.
It was humongous. I mean, there's millions and millions and millions of people that are into this, right? And this is this premiere that happened last week was one of the most anticipated like TV events ever. Okay, it's everyone's like, but that doesn't mean you're gonna like it. It depends on what you're into. If you're into that fantasy and things like the medieval fantasy times kind of things.
I love shit like that, but I don't know if I would particularly love this.
Dude, let me ask you guys, man. So I don't watch the show either, right? I got anything bad to say about it because like I said, I never watched it. So, well, I was into The Walking Dead for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Like a similar type of like cultural phenomenon type thing, but I felt like watching that show, and I got out of it because I feel like too many episodes. I'd watch it and be like, okay, like nothing happened on this episode, and I got like, is that the Game of Thrones, or do they keep
Game of Thrones at the most is 12 episodes in the season.
Okay,
so
that's
every episode they have to pack in something.
And aren't there times like
sounds like they're packing it in each other?
Don't be a lot of
yeah, man.
Longer than like
they are.
What's Sam?
Don't the episodes like generally like run longer than an hour, or like at least like
Sometimes a lot of the finales have.
Walking Dead was like 40 minutes, like with commercials and everything.
Yeah.
This season, okay, episode 2 is this Sunday. That's going to be like 50 something minutes, and then and then episode 3, 4, 5, and 6 are that's it.
They're
are
all 2
all
hours.
be over an hour. They're all going to be huge. They're all going to be a lot. I think hour and 20, hour and 15, hour, shit like that. So
being on HBO, they get that freedom to tell their story, and I think that's a cool thing, man.
And there's characters in this that just like you will gravitate to. There's people that like every character is flawed. You know what I'm saying?
That's real life shit. You know?
Jamie Lannister is a perfect example of that. Yeah. I mean, he's done some fucked up stuff in his life. Okay, I mean, not just fucking his sister, lots of other things too. Yeah. He's done a fucked up stuff, right? But he's also done some really good, redeemable, good shit to try to redeem himself.
Yeah,
because he wants to be redeemed. He wants to redeem himself. He wants to be known as someone who, wants good memories of his life. He wants to be he wants to be a heroic son of a bitch.
Where Chuck says he's the King Slayer, and that's true. He killed the Mad King. And that has like gone over his head his entire life too.
Yeah, because he's part of the King's Guard. He's supposed to be a protector of the king, like the king's personal protection, and he kind of broke the sacred rule. You don't, if you're the King's Guard, you don't kill the fucking king, right? So,
right. No matter how right it is,
right?
What he ended up doing, it's still looked down on.
Exactly. Even though he had a damn good reason for killing that motherfucker, but he's still fucked up. You know what I mean? It's like doing the wrong thing for the right reason, but you still did the wrong thing. That's kind of what it is. And so he's always going to be labeled with that.
Dude, that's cool because it's like, again, like I haven't watched it, and I eventually will someday. But it's like I'm glad to see that like it like over time, like the show like hasn't fallen off or anything. Like it stayed good.
One thing,
stayed good.
Well,
there's not too much of a lull in any season.
There hasn't been. I will say that probably the only season that I felt like had some lull times maybe was season 5. Because there was some times, but even though there was still a lot of shit happening though, even though that it's just there were a couple that season seemed to have a lot of you're spanning 2 continents now at that point. You're following characters that are over on this continent, and you're following characters that are over on the main continent, Westeros, right? And there's the other continent called Essos. So you're it's divided up between following what's going on over here and over here. And I felt like one place there was lots of movement, and the other side not so much.
Yeah, but the thing, but the thing was like even in the 5th season when they split their attention like that so much, there was definitely a payoff each episode to something that was going on each continent.
That's very true. That's very true.
So like it's not just like groundless exposition. Something happens every episode.
And I will tell you, it's had some of the greatest episodes you'll ever see in TV.
Hell, it's had it's had moments that are now in pop culture lexicon.
Yeah,
and it's only
the Battle of the Bastards is one that
Battle of the Bastards is rough to watch.
Everybody should see that episode. It's first of all, it's one of the best shot battle scenes or battles that you'll ever see in movies, TV ever. They did a really good job on. And it's just so fucking unreal. what ends up happening in it. You're like, God damn, and that's one thing they do well. They shoot things like that really well. Just because it's tough to do a big battle scene where you got hundreds and thousands of people. That's
blows out the budget.
And
I mean,
something just like you're talking about the Battle of the Bastards. Something that doesn't get mentioned enough is the fucking cinematography.
That's what I mean.
Because
that's what I'm talking about.
Like Chuck is talking in the chat about what you're saying, Russ. He said, that was intense, Russ. I was seriously anxious watching it. That makes you feel fucking claustrophobic watching that.
It does.
It's so good. Just how they're so
think
talented.
about it. How legit. If you think about wars that ever happened back throughout the history of mankind in real life, I'm talking about now, okay? Like real life. How many times do you think that may have actually happened to people?
Oh, hell yeah.
Where you get trampled. You get fucking smothered by all the shit on top of you, I mean, war is fucking, you can die in so many ways, you're on a battlefield, when you got thousands of people fighting so close together.
When a show or movie can like communicate those feelings, because I feel like people a lot of times like say that in a negative way, like they're like, oh, this movie is like, this character made me feel like gross or whatever. I'm like, well, dude, that's the point of whatever that was, and I feel like if they could communicate those feelings, and that's a success, right?
No,
I agree, and this show is I feel has done that in spades. Like this show makes you hate motherfuckers and it makes you love motherfuckers, and then it makes you
same character.
I think it'd be the same character. You might hate them one season and love them the next.
And that's just how people are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely, because people change. People like
their motivations change.
Exactly. You got it, Sam. That's what it is. And in this show, motivations of these characters change a lot with shit. Yeah. And it's like, like one motivation is I'm gonna come conquer this fucking land. But when I get there, all of a sudden I find out about this other horrific thing that's happening that distracts me from conquering because I gotta go take care of this. Things change up. It's wild, dude.
And like Cersei Lannister, is one of the best characters on TV.
She's unreal, dude. She's unfucking believable.
Like you'll hate her for whatever reason, then you'll like her, then you feel sorry for her, and then you'll hate her again.
Because her character has had so many ups and downs throughout the seasons of this show. She's had ups, she's had downs, she's been back up again, down again, up again. Then she's gotten a homicidal. She's gotten just absolutely, she's probably killed. Actually, Nick, would you say she's killed more people than anybody else has in this show?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I think Tyrion's killed the most.
No, I don't know. She did.
Firing the Balefire into the bay.
That's true, but she blew up the set.
Yeah, but dude,
that killed a lot of people in the town.
Tyrion killed an entire armada.
That's a good point. That's true.
I mean,
that's true. But she killed thousands of people too, though.
Yeah, but there's more people. There's more people on 100 ships than there is in one church.
Well, it was also people in the city she killed too. Remember that explosion took out blocks of the city too.
But still,
yeah, it's close.
Who killed more?
All right,
Tyrion's
I'll tell you
killed
what.
More.
You're probably right. Tyrion probably did kill more, but she's definitely a close second. She's definitely killed a lot of fucking people, and it's insane, dude. Like, she'll give a fuck either. Like she'll if you're in her way, she'll kill you. It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah. Is that the girl you're talking about? Which girl is that? Is that the
Cersei? Cersei is the one that banged her brother, and she's become queen.
Okay, so the one, she was in 300, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was Leonidas' wife in 300.
Yep.
Got it.
God, how smoking hot was she back in that fucking movie? Jesus.
Dude, she was
Still
still.
looks to me, man.
She's
still
still
looks
pretty.
good as fuck.
Oh yeah, no, she does. But god damn, was she fucking really hot in that movie?
My girl was fucking Marjorie Tyrell. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, Natalie. Natalie. What's her?
Dorner.
Dorner. That's it, Dorner. Yeah, I couldn't remember her last name. Yeah, dude. She's been in all kinds of shows like that though. She was also in fucking The Tudors, dude.
Yeah.
And she was smoking hot in that too.
Yeah, and Chuck says she was in the recent Judge Dredd too.
Yeah, she also was in one of the Hunger Games movies. She was played like the chick that was videotaping Katniss.
But
yeah, she's definitely she's fucking hot though. Yeah, they're a gorgeous woman.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of attractive hotties in this show. What
that was
Anna
dope,
always
Charles.
likes to say.
Charles,
what do you say?
Charles said, "What about when Arya killed that girl that was stalking her while she was blind?"
Okay, now Arya. Okay, Arya is a cool character. Let me go into Arya a little bit for you guys. Arya is the youngest daughter of Ned and Catelyn Stark. She watched her dad get beheaded. Okay, she's kind of a psychologically scarred kid, but she ends up surviving a lot of stuff, right? She goes over to the other continent of Essos.
Yeah, but you gotta explain. Hold on. First,
well,
you gotta explain.
I skipped a lot, didn't I?
Yeah, you gotta explain that. On her, when her father died, she ran from the city,
right?
And she found a prison wagon there, and she saved a guy who gave her a coin and told her if she ever needed anything to see the faceless men in Essos, and they're basically like the League of Shadows. They're a giant assassination.
That's all they
cult.
are. Yep, they're the assassins, and they worship the god of death, the death god. That's basically what they do. And they believe that a life. Like if the god of death demands a life, it has to be, and if a life is saved, one has to be taken. That kind of thing. They're give and take kind of thing. While she's there, she learns the fine art of face swapping, which is basically she can take a dead person, cut their face off, and she can wear their face and become them, become that person.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes for really being a really good assassin. While she's training, she realizes she has to she's ordered to kill somebody, but she ends up not wanting to kill the person. Okay, and so they get pissed off at her, and the chick, the other girl that's ordered to kill her is called the Waif. Okay, and she's ordered to kill Arya. Arya has a plan. Arya takes her out. I mean, that's a really good scene when they're fighting, where she's chasing her through the city, like through the town and everything, and Arya basically leads her into a trap and kills her. So she's a ruthless fucking kid. I guess she's kind of like a young lady now. She's not really a kid anymore. She's got, even in the show, she's kind of grown now, So, she's kind of an adult now, but she's just she's one of the most dangerous characters on the show, to be honest with you. Like, there's a lot of really good fighters on the show and stuff, but she's like one of the more dangerous because she's fucking, not only is she a good fighter, but she's a stealthy person. She could change her identity and you wouldn't even know it's her. And she could slit your fucking throat before you realized it. It's just like she's just that good. She's got these powers to do that, now, and she can. So she's really, in a lot of people, she's one of the favorite characters on the show, I think. A lot of people want to see her.
And something that we skipped over was she has a list of people she wants to kill.
Yes, she has a list of people that she's trying to take out.
Yeah, so it's like Cersei Lannister, the Hound, the Mountain,
right?
Beric Dondarrion.
But the Hound and her kind of have, I don't know if the Hound's still on our list anymore, because the Hound and her have like a peace kind of thing, She left him to die because he had fell off of a cliff, kind of fucked himself up real bad.
No, that was after the Brienne Tarth fight.
Yeah, well, right. But remember what happened to him was during that fight, he fell from real high, a real high place, and then she came down and he was done. I mean, his leg was all broken up and busted up, and he was like, he told her to kill him, and she said, "No, I'm not going to kill you." And then she robbed him and took his gold. It was good. It was good. Yeah, but so I mean, the show's really getting. That show's awesome. You guys need to watch this show. Give it a try.
Yeah. So
invest some time.
I guess that's a good enough place as any to end. We've been going for about 2.25.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight.
Yeah, man. I had a good time, dude. It was a really good. I enjoyed all the talk.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna run them credits, and as usual, peace, love, and hair grease. So the guys will get out a link to the Umbark acid.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Peace out, guys.
Hopefully, we'll have a guest next week that we've been working on getting. So I think you guys should be excited. Hopefully, he'll be available. Talk to you guys later. Peace.
Adios, guys.
Peace out.